Hello, people of Earth. It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Tonight, we're starting the tournament to crown a new world champion in Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first, I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or check us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we are happy to have you with us, and we hope the day finds you well. Okay, now we got a lot going on in the GWA this week. Hang on, let me break the protocol and just rap with you for a second here. Okay, we had two big retirements rock the very foundation of the GWA rosters. So let's not quite go to the title fights for the evening, but let's get down to the GWA Event Center, if we may. There we go. And let's talk about tonight's major matches. Now, in the wake of the dual retirements of both the Legends champion, Keiji Muto, thus retiring with him the championship as well, like the Legends title is no more in the wrestling universe because it belonged to a defunct promotion. And so as the active title holder retired, that belt's gone. So that, to me, signals even more danger to these sort of wayward championships that are out there in the free agency pool, like the NXT belt, the New Japan title, and the Noah championship are all still out there. Some of which are on champions that might retire themselves, like probably a little more quietly since they're not actually attached to a promotion. But anyway, in the wake of the retirement of both Keiji Muto, thus vacating and eliminating the Legends Championship from, at least the Heavyweight Championship, from the GWA, we also lost our GWA World Heavyweight Champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin, to a sudden retirement. So we are now in the process of crowning a new champion, and that begins tonight as we're going to be presenting first round and semi-final matches in an 8-person tournament to crown the first champion. So let's take a look at some matches you're going to see on the Year 7 January show as we kick this thing off with the first round. Oink, you're going to see Kenny Omega against the leader of the Heartbreakers, Shawn Michaels, in first round tournament action. You're also going to see Keith Lee against CM Punk in a first round matchup. Now, Keith Lee didn't have the most impressive singles record to sort of gain entryway into this tournament on wins and losses alone. So he, in fact, agreed to give up his guaranteed title shot for entry into this tournament, hoping to both earn respect of his peers and fans and management, quite frankly, along the way here, in both earning himself the opportunity to go through 3 competitors to put the belt around his waist. So we'll see how Keith Lee fares in that regard. Coming up in the second half of the first round here, we got 4 more competitors to let you know about. We got Bret Hart versus a mystery combatant that is a new signee here to the GWA. And as was mentioned in our Discord channel, the call has gone out, or there are rumors swirling. Everyone's been mentioned, from members of the NWO to Soldiers in the Bullet Club. What was the other one there? Oh, 4 Horsemen have been mentioned. A lot of rumors swirling around as who it is that has been signed to the GWA and has the resume that would grant them immediate entry to a world title tournament. I hope you can hear the smirk on my face as I talk about this mystery man. All right, hang on. We have one more first round matchup to tell you about, and it is a doozy. Now, we went and saved the best for last here. The final first round match, we couldn't even fit him into the frame. It is The Undertaker taking on Bobby Lashley, the man who's been going around calling himself... Bobby Lashley's been going around calling himself the man who retired Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I just realized as I was saying that sentence the first time, if I called him the man who called himself the man who retired, he's the man who calls himself the man who did a thing to another man, and that man is no longer here. Anyway, that's Bobby Lashley, who actually just sort of demanded the belt, as did Undertaker. There were a couple of the people that stormed into our offices and basically demanded, just hand me the title. So we're going to let them settle that dispute in the first round. This was initially set to be The Undertaker versus Raven, and this is of note because Raven was offered the spot in this championship tournament for the highest prize in our sport on the condition that he be Undertaker's first round opponent, and he absolutely refused. So the issues between Undertaker and Raven not yet settled. So regardless of what happens to Taker in this title tournament, I expect some shenanigans in the coming months. Hang on. All right. Now, in addition to that, we have a championship match, actually 2 championship matches to tell you about. First, we had on offer, we already had this signed well in advance, the GWA Tag Team titles on the line. The Doldrums, the seemingly undefeatable champions, taking on perhaps the most qualified #1 contenders in quite some time, the Street Profits, coming off that rather successful run with the Big Japan Championship titles. And coming off a fresh win against the Legion of Doom, I feel more than qualifies them for a tag team title opportunity against Yuji Hino and Rey Fenix of the Doldrums. After surviving themselves, well, not even surviving, after getting wiped out of that 4-on-4 elimination match to the Doldrums against the new Black Moon Fight Club, the BMF club, led by The Undertaker. Anywho, we also have a major international title fight to tell you about in partnership with the fact that this will be the first GWA event in Japan and the fact that we have a lot of friendly promotions all over the world. We are featuring a title fight for a promotion not our own, as Rob Van Dam and Joe Doring are here from All Japan Pro Wrestling, and Rob Van Dam is putting up the Triple Crown. So that is going to be your main event for the first ever GWA show in Japan. Now I can go ahead and get myself to the GWA screen itself. Pow! As you can see, we got the spoilers up. We don't want to ruin the surprise that will be the opponent for Bret Hart, so I have it all set up here in my stream deck. I think it should be as easy as getting rid of my camera like so. I'm not going to actually demonstrate it now because that would spoil the surprise. So we're going to leave that up up until we go to the ring for match 5. So once it's off, it's going to be off for the rest of the day because we don't need it for the second show. But we got a lot going on in this first one, including this first matchup that I will just tell you about. As representing the GWA, you're going to see Darby Allin and Becky Lynch, 2 competitors from our junior heavyweight division, taking on some friends from other promotions. I won't say rivals because we have a lot of friendly promotions here. Flip Gordon is in from Ring of Honor, and he is teaming with Nia Jax, who I think is representing WWE in this case. So it's Darby Allin and Becky Lynch against a couple of, well, I don't want to say anti-vaxxers, so I don't want to make assumptions about Flip, because I'm not quite sure about his track record there, but he said he's certainly made some other sort of right-wing statements, whether they're in character or out. It seems like Flip Gordon and Nia Jax are a good tag team fit. So regardless, that's going to be the first pairing we're going to see here. It is going to be Darby Allin, Becky Lynch, Flip Gordon, Nia Jax as we head on down to the ring. This is going to be a little more complicated for me as I go next. Hang on, let me get rid of myself. No problem there. And then I'll hit next match, and then I'll get rid of the spoiler thing. And then we should be okay. So I can get rid of this while it loads. Ba-doink, and away. There we go. Tab over here to make sure I did it right. Looks good, everybody. As always, the senior official here in the GWA as we head down to the ring is going to be Mr. Bigfoot. Ooh, extra long load time here. There we are. You see Darby Allin and Flip Gordon starting things off. Let me just... Okay. Quick check to OBS to make sure that the spoiler indeed went away. Part of the sort of... I wouldn't call it an open door policy, but certainly part of the friendly relations that GWA enjoys with promotions across the globe. We are literally friendly with everybody. And as I did a quick sweep of the other promotions' popularities, we are crushing everybody in America. And that's about it. Like, there's a lot of international support for a lot of promotions that we are not quite living up to in a lot of regard, or in a lot of ways. So this is our first foray into the lovely land of Japan, trying to expand our international drawing power, fan base. The decision to start touring in the 7th year to the areas that we haven't really explored, that being Japan and Europe, has very much to do with the fact that we're guaranteed $1 million a month now. My only worry is that we still need to maintain an audience satisfaction of 70% or higher in order to maintain that broadcast contract, because they have very high standards. And I don't know if the small crowds in countries you're not, popular in, if they'll necessarily be as welcoming and warm to this wrestling. That's my only worry. Like, we're trying it once, we might lose this $1 million contract right out the gate here. So a risky show, but something I felt we've earned. More international expansion here. We've already sort of conquered North America by being incredibly popular in the United States and Canada, and pretty popular in Mexico. So we're trying to branch out to the only other two markets available to us. Japan and the whole of Europe. There's Becky Lynch and Nia Jax here. Going back and forth. Nia Jax with the suspected power advantage, putting it to good use here in the early going. Oh, vicious headbutt there. From Nia back into another cover. Pair of 1 counts. Maybe she's hoping to add up to 3 and end the match early. Hang on, tags on both sides. Back to Darby and Flip Gordon. Darby electing not to help his partner there, just sort of watched as she took a double powerbomb. Darby Allin and Becky Lynch, I believe previously forming a trio at times with Kurt Angle. I don't know if Nia Jax, Flip Gordon have any record of or history of tagging together, but as I mentioned earlier, their political viewpoints might align, so that's at least something they have going for them. Darby Allin now looking to soften Flip Gordon up for that beautiful aerial maneuver that he calls the coffin drop, where he just hurls himself bodily. A no-look splash. A no-look senton splash, I should say. At the top rope there. Using every bit of his weight, trying to crush the chest of his opponent, knocking the wind out of them for the 3 count. Speaking of getting your wind knocked out, great gorilla press slam, and falls up with a guillotine leg drop across the back of the neck. Nia Jax obviously familiar with the earlier KO in Becky Lynch's career here, being knocked out with a guillotine leg drop across the back of the neck in a junior title match against Dragon Rojo Jr. Nia Jax doing her homework, now dumping Lynch to the floor. Nice teamwork there to get Lynch back inside, looking to slow things down here against the much more powerful Nia Jax. And establishing her power game against Lynch.
10 minutes gone.
The team of Darby Allin and Lynch might want to consider changing up tactics, might want to mix the matchup. As Darby Allin now, hang on! Coffin drop on the apron to Nia Jax! Good lord, just straight up trying to break her ribs there. Nia Jax somehow survives that. You see Flip Gordon was quick to come to her aid there, and hang on, Alabama slam from Nia Jax and into the pin. Lynch in to make the save, so it's only a 2 count. As I was trying to discuss, that switching things up and getting Darby Allin in there against Nia Jax might prove beneficial for the GWA team, but no such luck there. Nice backflip version of the Rolling Hills, twice in a row into a shooting star pin attempt by Flip Gordon. Becky Lynch once again saving the matchup. Center of the ring. Darby Allin almost put down there. Oof, lights dimmed with a super kick as well. Darby Allin, representing GWA, tagging out to Becky Lynch. Immediately hits the apron there. Because Darby Allin thought he may have been trying for a springboard, but no, he was just waiting for his turn to get back on the proper side of the apron. Moonsault press by Flip Gordon in from Ring of Honor. Here teaming with Nia Jax from the WWE. More beautiful offense from Flip Gordon into a pinning predicament. And Darby Allin once again has to save Team GWA here. A lot of pride on the line in this one. Lynch and Allin wanting to represent GWA proudly in front of our fan base here, small though it may be here in Japan. I'm hoping that the 600 strong filling this, or not filling, or that showed up to this 3,500 seat arena were loyal GWA fans, and that's why they're here, and they didn't just wander in expecting their brand of pro wrestling. I just hope that they're satisfied with what they're seeing in this, our opening contest, because we got a lot more action to come. Oh, Nia Jax looking unstoppable in this one. Another vicious Alabama slam. Gonna look for a cover here. Nope, picks her back up by the hair. Big gorilla press, trying to throw over the ropes, doesn't quite make it. Becky Lynch scurries back to her corner to try to get Darby Allin involved. Things don't even look good 2-on-1 here. Oh, nicely done. Allin recovers in time to flip her over. Coffin drop to Nia Jax. Now he's gonna pull her out of the corner. Into the cover goes Darby. 1, 2, no! Nia Jax just escapes. That's the second coffin drop she suffered. The first one on the apron earlier in this matchup. Darby wasting no time, went in there against the much stronger Nia Jax. Nice head scissor takeover to the center of the ring. Flip Gordon, though, too fast. Able to break up that pin attempt. Some nice teamwork here from Nia Jax and Flip Gordon, representing different companies, but each putting in a strong showing against a GWA team that's not necessarily all that familiar with one another. Huge Samoan drop by Nia Jax into the cover. 2! Darby Allin just escapes. And we fight on, sending Nia Jax off the ropes. Drops down a couple of times, perhaps a third. Oh, drop toe. Setting up a tag out to Becky Lynch. Looking for the double team offense here. Nope, at least slows her down. Oh, Nia Jax with that desperation headbutt took a lot out of her as well. Now just slowly dragging herself back to the corner and gets the tag to Flip Gordon. Flip Gordon and Becky Lynch legal now as we approach 20 minutes in this tag team contest. The opening fight here tonight. Flip able to counter that suplex. Forearm shiver sends Becky Lynch to the canvas. Comes back up swinging. Nice super kick there by Flip. High knee off the ropes by Gordon that time. Hang on, Becky Lynch with the Bexploder. 2 in a row. Just tossing Gordon around the ring. Gordon trying to slow her down by setting her up in the corner. Oh, kicks to the side of the head. Those would normally be low kicks, but she was suspended upside down into the turnbuckle. Flip Gordon teeing off on the side of the jaw of Becky Lynch there. Manhandle slam to Nia Jax, but unfortunately she's not the legal fighter. Off comes Flip. Dials it up against Becky Lynch. Quick tag out to Nia Jax, looking to put Becky Lynch away here. Lynch counters with a Joshi style slam, got that extra leverage. Nicely done. Able to tag out to Darby Allin. Perhaps looking for a third and decisive coffin drop. Oh, another big gorilla press from Nia Jax. Follows it up with a vicious clothesline. Allin still has life. Code Red after the head scissors into the cover. Nia Jax just escapes. Becky Lynch trying to soften up Nia Jax for Darby Allin. Got her in the corner. Trying to set her up for the coffin drop, perhaps. Oh, doesn't get a chance. Samoan drop by Nia. What crowd is here loving this action? As we're approaching 25 minutes, yeah, Nia Jax taking it in. Soaking in those boos. Huge clothesline bar Darby Allin. Oh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Nicely done there by Nia. And her turn with a vicious clothesline off the ropes. Alabama slam once more. Nia Jax leaves him laying. Trying to get Flip Gordon tagged in and does. Another Samoan drop. Darby Allin on Dream Street here. Trying to fight back against Flip. Does so. Gets to the corner. Becky Lynch tagged in. Darby's in a bad way. I don't know how much better Becky Lynch is. Oh, double down between Flip and Becky. Some poor timing off the ropes there. Both competitors down. Both competitors back up. DDT'd center of the ring. Flip Gordon able to fight out of a disarmor attempt. Wrong part of town for Flip. 450 splash, but he's too close to the ropes. Becky Lynch just collapses him to the mat and into the disarmor away from the ropes. Darby Allin running defense. Oh, but Flip Gordon somehow able to break the hold. Thought that might have done it, so did Becky. Plan B seems to be sending it Flip to the outside. Another manhandle slam on Nia Jax. Catching the unawares, but able to stop that disarmor attempt. Meanwhile, Darby Allin, you can see working over the arm of Flip Gordon on the floor. Looks like Team GWA here is looking for a tap-out ending. Oh, Flip Gordon. Falcon Arrow does the deal. But unfortunately for him, Darby Allin not the legal man. Meanwhile, in the ring, I saw Bexploder there to Nia Jax. Becky Lynch in her element. Just coming into her own here as this match wears on. As we're approaching 30 minutes in this one, and this fight will continue as such until Flip Gordon returns to the ring. This is all perfectly legal. No countouts, no disqualifications. Once the legal fighter is outside of the GWA ring, hang on. Things are about to settle down here. Schoolboy roll-up attempt. Darby Allin kicks the leg out, and we fight on. Oh, coffin drop to Flip Gordon. And then a guillotine leg drop off the top from Becky Lynch. That's how she lost the junior title. Whoa! And Flip Gordon just escapes. Meanwhile, Nia Jax pulled out of the ring by Darby Allin, who gets the tag in fresh. Flip unaware. Now he knows. Nicely done. Snap suplexes his way out of trouble. In comes Nia Jax. I don't know how wise it is to get her in here. She's taken quite the beating while not the non-legal competitor for the past few minutes. Drop down by Darby. 3 in a row. 4 in a row now. Drop toe. Thought he may have been trying to tire Nia Jax out there. He was just repeatedly sent off the ropes like a Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck bit. Nia sends Darby off the ropes, ducks underneath, avoids the headbutt. Nice head scissor takeover, but wrong side of the ring for Darby Allin. Trying to figure things out. It's the young skateboard punk. Oh, hang on. Able to lure Nia Jax into their corner. In comes Becky Lynch. Oh, dear. All 3 competitors down. Darby scurries out of the ring. Manhandle slam once more to Nia Jax and into the cover. 1, and Flip is there. Not even 2. You could see how dire the situation was with how fast Flip got in the ring there to save this matchup for his partner. Nia Jax practically lumbering around the ring at this point. I do not blame her. It's been 35 violent minutes of action almost. It's now Becky Lynch and Flip Gordon once again legal, and this is just your opening tag team contest. You have 2 months of action to jam into tonight's weekly broadcast as per usual. Have not even hit the first round matches that we're going to see tonight. First round and semifinals tonight of the World Title Tournament. By the end of tonight, we'll know the 2 fighters in the finals that will be fighting for the vacant championship in the first show next week. So there's a lot going on. We have a new talent to debut tonight. We're going to be doing some hiring, probably off-screen later as well. Hang on, Flip into the 450! Got him! You can see the damage done to Flip's arms. He could barely lift them, taking the opportunity, the chance that he had with Darby Allin down, to hit that 450 off the top at the 36-minute mark. And Flip Gordon and Nia Jax stunning the GWA roster members here, but put on a heck of a show. That's all we can really ask for. Oh. Neat. Ah, geez. All right, I'll just wait. It's still going to be recording, but we've lost the stream. So let me get back to... Okay, let me do... before I push anything. Let me do... Flip. Beating Darby. Oh, we're almost back. It's happening. We're almost back. I can see it happening. Okay. Sorry for those that missed that, but Flip Gordon took out Darby Allin with a 450 splash. Now, my apologies for this, as I'm going to have to cover a part of the screen. But it's necessary, as the cam is also back on, because we are in spoiler territory soon. What you can't see was that... you know, the time it took and the fact there was a 93% match. So that's all you really need to know coming out of that. Boom. Crowd loved it. There. Gotta put that spoiler tag back up, or leave it up. Save that. Okay, coming up next we have first round action in that World's Title Tournament we're talking about, as Kenny Omega is about to take on Shawn Michaels. And we're gonna... winners advance to next month's semi-final bouts. They're going to be taking on the winner of... Let me just see how I bracket this out here. They're going to be taking on the winner of this match, the Kenny Omega-Shawn Michaels match we are about to see, are going to be taking on the winner of Bret Hart versus the new signee, in the semifinals. So that means the winner of Keith Lee CM Punk will be taking on the winner of Undertaker Bobby Lashley in the other semifinal. So some interesting bracketing there. All right, so without any further ado, let's get down to the first match that we're going to see in this world title tournament that has left us in a bit of a shambles here. Our biggest belts currently vacant. The first reign of vacant in either generation of the GWA that I can think of. Anyway, well, other than before we'd ever crowned a champion. I don't think we'd ever vacated one due to injury or retirement or anything like that before. So let's get on down to the ring. I will first remove myself, and then once I get closer to the ring itself, let me just save again, discuss. I will get rid of the spoiler tag. There we go. Ha-ha. As always, the creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot, calling for the bell, and we are underway. Shawn Michaels in the black, gray, and white gear against Kenny Omega, perhaps wearing black, pink, and white to taunt Shawn Michaels, representing longtime rival Bret Hart. Nice roll-up there attempt by the Heartbreak Kid and leader of the Heartbreakers, Shawn Michaels, former Hall of Fame champion. Both of these competitors, actually, former Hall of Fame champions here in the GWA, but neither have been world champion, and that's what this tournament is all about. In the wake of the departure of Stone Cold Steve Austin, vacating the world title with his retirement. Got to crown ourselves a new champion. We have too many top contenders to just award anyone a belt. And that's not the way we do things here in the GWA. So you're going to see 8 fighters doing their best to work their way, to earn their way for the opportunity to call themselves champion. So your first of 4 first-round matches on this show. What a way to kick things off. Kenny Omega, Shawn Michaels. Both of these edits representing the characters in their... Well, the characters. Representing the wrestlers in their prime. I guess also the characters. This is, I believe, 96, 97 era Shawn Michaels, but the CPU logic is such that he wrestled like he did early, like when he was in his comeback. So a little smarter. So think of that without the back problems, obviously. And the youth still on his side, let's say. This is the version of Shawn Michaels that never met a championship he couldn't vacate due to feelings. Ha ha ha. In there against the only winner on record of the A1 Climax tournament.
5 minutes gone.
Kenny Omega. That elite Canadian athlete tournament only open to Canadian athletes, young and old. Neither man with a decided advantage in the opening minutes here. Sort of trading things off. Hang on. Maybe Michaels with the slight technician's advantage in terms of the way he's working the match. Definitely, I would say HBK dictating the pace, now that I think on it more. But in terms of offensive output, fairly even, but there we see a 2 count against Kenny Omega as we head toward 10 minutes gone in this contest. Nice clothesline there by the Best Bout Machine. Looking to get back into this first round contest. Winner moves on to the semifinals next month. Awaiting the winner of Bret Hart and our newest signee. Going to be debuting in just a few matches here. Nice elbow off the forearm, excuse me, off the ropes, into the nip up, kip up, whatever you want to call it. Maybe not the nip up. Though you do lead with your nipples. And into the moonsault press goes HBK. Nicely done off the ropes. Doesn't elect to hold for the pin. Might have surprised Kenny Omega there, but perhaps didn't think he'd done quite enough damage. With a 7-star match machine that is Kenny Omega. Match is so good he breaks rating scales, apparently, which is utter nonsense, but whatever. Big splash off the top from Michaels. Another solid 2 count. Haven't seen the same out of Omega thus far as we just passed the 10-minute mark in this contest. HBK starting to pull away here. Leader of the Heartbreakers. Looking for some respect out of the locker room and some gold for around the waist and the paycheck and booking, a little bit of booking power that comes with it. You do get a hand or a say in your short list of challengers, let's say. You can certainly talk about the top 3 or 4 with the booking committee. Hang on, one-winged angel out of nowhere. 1, 2, no! Shawn Michaels kicks out of the one-winged angel. Kind of out of desperation from Kenny then. He hadn't really worn down Shawn Michaels in the match too much at that point. Perhaps just try to put him, like hit him with a one move and put him away. No such luck for Kenny Omega as Shawn Michaels fights on. Kip up center of the ring from the Heartbreak Kid. Fighting to advance in this world title tournament. Nice super kick there from Kenny Omega. Giving Shawn Michaels a taste of his own medicine. Sky-high elbow drop, but he misses. Yeah. Snapdragon from Omega. You do not want to give up back control to Kenny Omega. Sweet chin music by Michaels out of nowhere into the cover. 2. Got him. Shawn Michaels advances as he poses center of the ring. Got our first semi-finalist, Shawn Michaels, in a, quite frankly, dominating performance. A 5-star performance nonetheless. I can put up my spoiler tag now that we know that it was 100%. Okay, that's just to protect us in case this ventures away from the screen without me wanting it to. Okay, this will take just a second because I have to update my text files in a number of ways here. So, defeated Kenny Omega. It was a barn burner of a matchup. That means this has some... Okay, so it's our first semi-finalist. And we put them here. I don't have time to make graphics. Wouldn't be great if I had time to make graphics on the fly, but I'm just adjusting my text file on the fly. So, that team won, so this team can't happen. That's right, I booked it all out. The only thing we need to do for next month's show, we have to get one friend in from the Dragon Gate promotion to face Flamita for the Dragon Gate Junior title. So you're going to see me do that. So there's no surprises to ruin in show 2. Just this one show where we want to, at least for now, keep the new hire under wraps. And then maybe we'll book somebody, or maybe we'll hire somebody in between shows as well. I don't have a short list of people, but maybe we'll just check, like, probably the North America and Europe, I would think. I don't think anybody from Japan's gonna stand out too much. Also, remind me to do a little update on, well, it'll just come up naturally. I'll do a little update on how things stand with Squared Circle K now their leader, Keiji Muto, has retired. All right, let's get back to things here. Super Kick B, as it was called, a version of Sweet Chin Music by Shawn Michaels, puts out Kenny Omega in a 5-star classic. Just checking that the spoilers are still up. Everything's great there. All right, coming up next, we have a tag team match. Now, Mad Pauly came up short. Yeah, came up short against Buddy Murphy last month. The former Mad Buds were feuding, Anna Fussin, and has found a new ally and, let's say, mentor in Kenta Kobashi, perhaps trying to capitalize upon the potential in Mad Pauly, maybe get himself to treat himself a little more seriously and make a serious run at a championship. They are facing Mitsuharu Misawa and Jon Moxley. I know you can't see that at present because of the spoiler tag, but the headcanon storyline here is that both Kobashi and Misawa are mad at one another for each of them failing, or for the other failing, to capture the Legends Championship from Keiji Muto before he retired with the belt and essentially removed it from wrestling's existence. They either or both of them feel that there was a lot more life left in the title and blame the other for its no longer existing. Because after that series of 2 title defenses, Keiji Muto called it quits. He's like, I just beat Kobashi and Misawa back to back. I'm going out on top. So that has led to something of a feud between Kobashi and Misawa. Kobashi and Pauly are probably going to be a regular tag team going forward because it's Kenta Kobashi and Mad Pauly. So that's the team of Burning Mad. So boom, there's a team to replace the Mad Buds. And the pairing of Jon Moxley and Mitsuharu Misawa, I can't tell you is going to be a long-term thing. It just seemed like, for whatever reason, it made sense for this particular scenario. But we're going to see how Burning Mad and the makeshift team of Moxley and Misawa do. Both of them essentially teaming for the first time together here in our next contest. Okay, I'm going to get myself out of the way. Let me get over to here and save the game one more time. And then get down to the ring and get this spoiler out of the way. Badoink. There we go. As always, the Creature on Feature, Mr. Bigfoot ringing the bell. Oh, and a more serious look at a Jon Moxley tonight in his sort of New Japan Death Rider gear, perhaps taking himself a little bit more seriously, not wanting to look disrespectful, or perhaps wanting to just look more professional in front of former GWA World Champion Mitsuharu Misawa. Well, Mad Polly on the other side of things. Looked like he's varied his look up at all. Neither has Kobashi, still rocking the black and purple gear. Kobashi himself, a former GWA World Heavyweight Champion. The call was put out, and it was taken into consideration that those involved in the World Heavyweight title tournament would be those roster members in pretty good standing, win-loss-wise, reputation-wise, both in and out of the locker room. And while it wasn't an official mandate, it so happened to work out that no one in the tournament has been GWA champion before. So we'll crown a first-time ever GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World in our March show. That's going to be next week. We got more action in the tournament to come. Hang on. As you see Misawa and Kobashi having that beef. Misawa starting off with the Boston Crab, now exchanging submission holds. Misawa's not going to stand for that for too long. So Kobashi goes back to the power game with that body slam. Oh, ducks a diving clothesline. These two know each other quite well. Back to the Boston Crab. Misawa looking for a bit of an easy night here, trying to keep things slow and on the mat. Knows how explosive Kenta Kobashi can be when he gets fired up. That burning desire to win, that fighting spirit inside of Kenta Kobashi. The foundation of his new tag team. Burning Mad with his partner Mad Polly, now tagged into the matchup against Mitsuharu Misawa. Perhaps Misawa and Kobashi alike trying to inspire their partners to greater heights than the single ranks here in the GWA. Certainly the story of Kobashi and Polly is one of Kobashi seeing the potential in Mad Polly if he only took himself a bit more seriously. Perhaps lost the face paint at some point, but I don't know how much of that is Mad Polly psyching out his opponents versus hiding his face from the world, quite frankly. And on the other side of things, you can see the influence Misawa might already be having on a Jon Moxley as he's taking himself a bit more seriously and wearing a more professional attire, at least more traditionally professional attire, in this tag team contest with the former world champ, who's in there toe-to-toe with Mad Polly, just slapping the taste out of the mouth of Misawa, center of the ring. You can tell that Kobashi's already gotten in the ear of his new protege. Telling him to fear no man that he stands across the ring from. We already know Mad Polly backs down from no one, the former opening match warrior here in the GWA. Slowly working his way up the ranks. Been putting on quality matches for his entire run here. Yet to taste singles gold is Mad Polly, or tag team gold, quite frankly. Yet to taste any gold has Mad Polly, but a consistently violent and competitive wrestler in each and every one of his matches. Brings the pain, as they used to say. As it's now Kobashi's turn to try to slow things down with a leg-based submission, a single crab against Misawa there. Who has enough and tags out to Moxley. But a cat and mouse being played between Kobashi and Misawa here. Looking like Misawa playing the de facto heel in the feud. The quite honorable Kenta Kobashi. I wouldn't say always looking for a fight, but certainly always ready for one. Against Jon Moxley, who I would probably say the opposite of. Probably always looking for one, not necessarily always ready. though in much better spirits these days. To be sure, as you can see, a bit of the old Jon Moxley shining through. Anything to win at times. Oh, with a pair of low blows now. Couple of kicks to the ding-dong of Kenta Kobashi. Mad Polly now tag back in for the team of Burning Mad. Oh, interestingly here. Smartly done there by Mad Polly. Couldn't do anything about the tag to Misawa, but just waited, bided his time in the corner. Now he's going to do his best to try to trap Misawa in this blue corner, and then he and Kenta Kobashi can try to tag in and out and just tee off on the former world champ. Try to gain the advantage here. As you can see, Misawa smartly fighting his way out. Back to the center of the ring. Nicely done on that jumping stunner. Signature maneuver from Misawa in his later years. Another edit representing sort of the prime of the best of. It's like the greatest hits of Misawa overall is this edit, sort of, well, more heavily influenced by his later Noah stuff, of course, with the Emerald Flosion and so on and so forth. As you can tell also with Kenta Kobashi in his final form, black and purple trunks. These two, as we said, no stranger to one another. Oh, just deposits Kobashi in the corner, and then all the way back to the other side of the ring goes Mitsuharu Misawa. And now we have Jon Moxley and Kenta Kobashi across the ring from one another. Nice double arm suplex there. Thought he might have been thinking paradigm shift. Not able to lock that on, but able to get off that butterfly. Kobashi replying with a stiff chop to the back of the neck. And a clothesline across the chest. Moxley able to absorb both of those. Hang on here. Nice key lock by Jon Moxley as he works Kenta to his side of the ring here. But not for too long. In comes the mad half of Burning Mad. Mad Polly in the ring now. Unable to contain Jon Moxley for the moment. Nice diving clothesline from the Death Rider, Jon Moxley. And there is the paradigm shift. Spiking Mad Polly in his head. Thought better of the pin at first. Still would have been broken up. But all he really did was provide Kenta Kobashi the opportunity to stop his progress to Jon Moxley. Not the smartest move, if I may be so bold, from Jon Moxley there. But fortunately for him and his team, he's able to get himself out of trouble and get Mitsuharu Misawa tagged in as we're creeping up on 20 minutes gone in this tag match. The second of 3 tag matches on the card. The third, of course, being for the GWA Tag Team Championship gold itself. In one of our 2 championship main events here. Headlined tonight by a defense of the All Japan Triple Crown by champion Rob Van Dam against Joe Doring. That's going to be in your main event tonight, and this is the first GWA show in Japan. We booked a 3,500 seat arena. We got about 600 and some. We are definitely losing money on this show because we spent $10 million upgrading the gym. So while I was already losing money, I figured might as well start building popularity in a new country. The step over face lock. He has tapped out Jumbo Tsuruta with that. But Kenta Kobashi able to fight its way free, and in a tizzy, it's Kenta Kobashi with the sleeper suplex to Misawa. Misawa quickly scrambles to the corner to tag in Jon Moxley. Did not want any more of Kenta Kobashi. Moxley always spoiling for a fight. Bringing it to the former GWA World Champ here. Discus Lariat. Tribute to his longtime friend Brody Lee, another roster member here in the GWA. And into the paradigm shift. In Kobashi's corner, and he rolls back to his feet. Chopping Moxley down to the canvas. In comes Mad Polly. Big body slam. Kenta Kobashi surviving that paradigm shift, getting Mad Polly tagged back into the match. Trying to get things under control for the Burning Mad team here. In comes Misawa for his squad. Things are spilling out to the floor here. Brainbuster to Misawa by Kobashi. Meanwhile, Moxley trying to contain Mad Polly. I saw a moonsault there by Kobashi. Misawa and Kobashi just trading heavy hammers here. Just spamming the signature moves. Hang on. Misawa sending Kobashi across the ropes. Polly Buster on the floor to Moxley. Meanwhile in the ring. Oh, flipping powerbomb into a moonsault by Kobashi to Misawa. Major damage being dealt in and out of the ring here. Half and half. Flips Misawa over. Moxley tries to grab a chair, but Mad Polly escapes to the confines of the ring. The only place this match can actually end. Emerald Trojan by Misawa into the cover. Too close to the ropes. Trying to end things in the blink of an eye. Polly able to keep Misawa at bay, and in comes Kobashi v. Moxley. He's getting wild here as we creep towards 30 minutes in this tag team contest. Up goes Moxley and down he goes in a brainbuster, spills out to the floor. This thing's breaking down once again. Misawa comes out for a double team powerbomb. Misawa able to fend off Burning Mad, but not that lariat follow-up from Mad Polly. Now they get in a double team suplex on Misawa. Things are trying to split off here. Orange Crush under the chair! Pair of singles matches. Oh, then a Tiger Driver. 91? 98? Whatever it is. The vicious one. And then an Emerald Trojan to Mad Polly. Finisher after finisher to Mad Polly on the floor here for Misawa. And now a paradigm shift for Moxley. Another finisher to Mad Polly. Looking dazed on his way back to the apron. Kobashi dazed in the middle of the ring. Oh dear. Things looking pretty bad for Burning Mad here as Kobashi sent out to the apron with a power bomb. And now Mitsuharu Misawa is in there with the compromised Mad Polly and going to work with those elbow strikes. Kicks Mad Polly away. As we pass the 30-minute mark, Emerald Trojan into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, not even a 2. Kobashi saves the match. Burning lariat to Moxley. Polly trying to fight his way back into this one. God doesn't know who to cheer for, and quite frankly, neither do I. A lot of respect for all four of these athletes. From the crowd. I don't say a lot of these athletes. You know, all four of them. Tiger suplex with the bridge. Kobashi kicks the leg out before a 2 count. Try to break up these pins as fast as possible to leave nothing to chance here. As this tag team war rages on. Misawa now allowing Mad Polly to get Kenta Kobashi back in the matchup. And setting him up in there against John Moxley. This is a pairing that we've seen here. Hang on! Paradigm shift immediately, center of the ring, but Moxley can't follow up right away. Kobashi fighting back for all he's worth. Burning lariat from Kobashi. Trying to set Moxley up in the corner here. Moxley does the same to Kobashi. Misses wildly with the elbow strike. Hang on! Orange Crush in the corner! 1, 2! No! Moxley kicks out! Vicious chops to the throat there from John Moxley to Kenta Kobashi. Reverses the go behind. Both struggling for the advantage here. Ducks the burning lariat, does Moxley. Back to the windpipe with those chops, and in comes Misawa. Kobashi looks like he needs to catch his breath. That powerbomb isn't going to help him out. Mad Polly for Burning Mad. Misawa in there for the duo of Moxley and Misawa. Look to be going up top for a frog splash. Kobashi holding him and sparing Mad Polly. Perfectly legal. Oh, but Mad Polly gets spiked with an Emerald-Flosion. Kobashi with the Orange Crush to Misawa. Tiger Driver.
1, 2.
Kobashi once again saves the fight. Mad Polly looking for the opportunity to hit that Polybuster if he gets a chance. Clutching at his neck now. This war is getting more and more personal as this tag match rages on here. Kobashi back in. Misawa scrambles back to the corner. More mind games played there by the former champ. Now assisting Moxley into an Emerald-Flosion of his own. The symbolic passing of the torch, perhaps. Oh! Kobashi responds with a burning hammer! 1, 2, Misawa saves the matchup for his team. You saw Moxley clutching at his neck there after the burning hammer. No one's going to be the same after this one. Foldsman half of the backdrop. Kobashi tried to sever his head from his neck with those chops. Burning lariat off the ropes. Got John Moxley rocking and reeling here, trying to fight back. Burst of adrenaline from John Moxley, looking to put Kobashi away. Kobashi grabs a headlock and marches him across the ring. Oh, half and half suplex, and now we're back in the center of the ring. Release suplex from Moxley buys him the time to tag in Misawa. 40 minutes plus in this tag team war. Tiger Driver spiked him on his head. And Mad Polly saves the matchup. Kobashi and Misawa. Brainbuster by Kobashi. Quick tag out to Mad Polly. Misawa focused on Kobashi at least momentarily. Able to block Mad Polly's offensive efforts there with a wrist lock. Going up top for the frog splash is Misawa. 1, 2, Kobashi once again saving things for his partner. It is do or die time. Each and every one of these pinfall attempts. Dyer. Burning lariat from Mad Polly into the Polybuster. Misawa back to his feet. A second Polybuster in a row. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. Misawa kicks out. Clutching at his neck, but he still kicks out. Rolling elbow drops Mad Polly. In comes Moxley. The only one I've not seen in dire straits, in severe distress related to their neck, has been Kenta Kobashi. All three other athletes have been visibly rolling around on the neck on the mat in obvious pain. Double lariats to the front and back of the skull of John Moxley. Off the ropes comes Kenta. Another burning lariat. As they're up to 45 minutes in this one. Moxley with another discus lariat, settling that strike battle for the moment. Now back to his corner, in comes Misawa. Oh, vicious chops to the neck of Moxley. Misawa trying to slow things down and gain control with that wrist lock. Oh, those knockout blows with the elbow. Drags him away from the ropes. Signals to the crowd that this is it. Spinning backdrop. Elbow shot to the back of the head. Emerald-Flosion into the pin.
2.
Mad Polly drags him off. And the fight continues. Kobashi back to his feet. Who knows for how long. Creeping up on 50 minutes in this one. 5-0. As now Mad Polly and John Moxley are tagged in, and I hesitate to call them fresh at the 48-minute mark. Simple DDT. Takes a lot out of both men. Center of the ring. Paulie to his feet first and into the Paulie Buster! Wrong part of town for the cover. And Misawa keeps things rolling. Tiger driver to Kobashi. First submission attempt is going to end this match immediately. Let me just throw that out there. Paulie now in the wrong part of town. Trying to fight his way out of the corner. Doesn't quite think he has Jon Moxley down enough. Nope. Continues to bring the fight to Moxley here, does Mad Paulie. Continuing unabated, another burning lariat turns him inside out. You can already see the influence of Kobashi here, for better or for worse. Mad Paulie is certainly content to bring the fight in this matchup, but he's still in the wrong part of town as he's now being isolated. Oh, vicious elbow strike to the back of the skull by Misawa and into the Tiger driver.
1, 2,
2, that will do it. Kobashi had a long way to go. And in my opinion, you got to bring it down to the decision late in the game here where Mad Paulie had Jon Moxley on the run. He could have tagged out and saved the matchup, or at least continued the matchup, but got trapped in the corner and got finished off with the Tiger Driver 91. Yeah, it was the 91. I thought so. Goodness gracious me. Heck of a match, though. Heck of a match. Not the best debut for the Burning Mad squad, but it was in terms of effort, that's for sure. Not surprisingly, former world champion Mitsuharu Misawa picking up the win. Hang on 1 second, as I am live updating my text file, obviously. And we got a 96% out of it, which is great. Let me put up the spoiler tag now that that's happened. Okay, just making sure it's up there. Only for 2 more matches, guys. Only for, well, when we go down to the ring for match 5, which will be after the one we're about to see. Okay. Boink. Spoiler tag up. Yep, I can see it. Oh. Wait. Okay, yeah, camera's still on. Camera's still on. Save that real quick. Coming up next, we have more first round action in that world title tournament as Keith Lee has cashed in his guaranteed title shot for admission into this tournament, looking to earn the rest of the way. The title shot that he got as being part of the Trios champions with Kairi Sane and Kazuchika Okada. The Squared Circle K, currently leaderless and without a 4th member in the wake of the retirement of the former leader Keiji Muto. I'm assuming, and I'll have to double check with their locker room people and so on and so forth. I'm assuming Kazuchika Okada is going to slide right into the leadership role there, but who knows, because Keith Lee is the one that entered in the world title tournament. No word on what Kazuchika Okada is going to be doing with his guaranteed title shot. One would assume, again, I'm assuming, also doing the headcan and also, being everybody in the league, since this is my fantasy bebe, that he will wait to see who comes out of the tournament as champion and probably decide then. All right. But speaking of that championship opportunity, it is Keith Lee's in this first round match against CM Punk. Now, Punk has a singles victory, a fairly recent singles victory against Keith Lee, and it was a banger of a matchup. So I'm expecting good things out of this one. Let me go ahead and get myself out of the way. Save one more time, just because we can't help ourselves, and then get down to the matchup and remove my spoiler tag right about meow. There we go. We'll get down to the ring for this first round world title tourney action. Keith Lee in the silver and purple. CM Punk in the Chicago-themed black trunks with blue and red. Trying to take it to the larger, stronger man Keith Lee in the early going here. CM Punk, a master strategist and in-ring general, has faced opposition from all walks of life, all corners of the globe, all shapes and sizes, knows how to conduct himself against any variety of opponent, does CM Punk. But with all of that said, I don't quite know if you're ever fully prepared for the explosive power and agility of a Keith Lee, as you see it on display there with that throwing belly to belly into the apron, as this fight has immediately spilled out to the floor. No countouts, no disqualifications out here. They can fight around the people as much as they want. The only place where a 3 count or tap out is registered is the center of the ring. As both men are looking for an early advantage out on the floor here. Nice delayed vertical there by Keith Lee. Trying to prove that he is limitless en route to the GWA World Heavyweight Championship. Likewise, CM Punk, who's been with the promotion for quite a while, hasn't seen a lot in the way of championship opportunities come his way, trying to make the most of it. We already know that Shawn Michaels advanced over Kenny Omega earlier in the evening. Shawn Michaels is going to be awaiting the winner of our next match, that being Bret Hart versus our new signee. And the winner of this match, Keith Lee versus CM Punk, is going to be waiting the winner of one of our main event matches, Undertaker, Bobby Lashley. It's going to be your fourth and final match in the first round of the tournament. You see that action take place tonight. And as we said, the winner of this match awaits the winner of that, Keith Lee, CM Punk. The winner gets Undertaker or Bobby Lashley. We already know Shawn Michaels advanced over Kenny Omega to face either Bret Hart or the debuting superstar that we're about to see in our next matchup. To say nothing of this one, as the action once again spills to the floor. I don't know if this is a strategy of Punk's or Keith Lee's. Perhaps something Punk is thinking to do to sort of level the power playing field by providing access to weapons. But I don't know what good it is if you're fighting a big old grizzly bear to then give that grizzly bear access to a steel chair. But we'll see how things pan out here, as Keith Lee is just putting the hurt on Punk on the floor as far as I can tell. Hang on! Spoke too soon! Go to sleep, Keith Lee, but it's on the floor! Nothing Punk can do about ending the matchup with it. Keith Lee, I think, was knocked out on his feet, just kept fighting for a few seconds there. Now Punk finally able to get the advantage again, but Keith Lee coming on strong here. Seems to have been woken up by that go to sleep, if such a thing can happen. Able to counter Punk out of the suplex. Here comes big Keith Lee. Laying in that right and setting him up for a spirit bomb. 1, 2. Punk's out at 2. Sweeps him up into a quick spine buster, does Keith Lee. Punk responds with a flurry of strikes. Double underhook, and he welcomes Keith Lee to Chicago. Once again, back to the strikes, trying to knock out the big man as we pass 10 minutes in this first round contest of the World Title Tournament. Nice rolling elbow there by Keith Lee. Trying to outlast and outpower CM Punk, who's slowly picking apart the big man. Trying to chop Keith Lee down to size as CM Punk. You can't finish it with a go to sleep, which you already hit on the floor to little effect. He also has that Anaconda Vice. He's able to ground the big man and keep him there. Keith Lee with that throwing belly to belly, launching Punk across the ring. Has already leveled CM Punk with a spirit bomb for a 2. Perhaps we'll see the Big Bang Catastrophe later in the matchup. Not if Punk has anything to say about it, as he welcomes Keith Lee to Chicago once again and now ascends to the top. May have been thinking of Hail to the King or Hail to the Chief or whatever he calls his version of the Macho Man elbow drop. Not enough time to get it done there, but enough time for that kick to the side of the head of Keith Lee. Oh, pounced! Almost out of his boots is CM Punk, and now Keith Lee can catch his breath. Nice turning style belly to belly that time, just putting all his weight on top of CM Punk. Now Punk trying to buy some time with that DDT. Trying to stay on top of Keith Lee. Trying to chip away and chip away. Once again, smothering Punk with all his weight on that turning belly to belly. Maybe he doesn't quite have the power left to do the throwing variety. Punk thinks the end is nigh for Keith Lee, just trying to find that combination of blows to put the big man down and out. There's his version of the Macho Elbow drop, but he misses wildly with it. This could be an opportunity for Lee here. Oh, and a turning belly to belly from Punk. As we approach the 15-minute mark. Back to those strikes, trying to knock out Keith Lee as CM Punk. Both men looking to advance in the tournament and claim their spot in the semifinals that we're going to see later today. Off the ropes goes Punk. Oh, big back body drop by Keith Lee. Tossed him up into the lights and then planted him with a spine buster so he could catch his breath. Leg lariat by Punk. Deposits Keith Lee center of the ring. Oh, gets caught by Keith Lee. Big drop kick there. Trying to cave in the chest of CM Punk. Punk going back to those strikes, doing everything he can to knock out Keith Lee. Oh, there we go. Took a lot out of Keith Lee to hit that throwing belly to belly. Punk responds with the turning variety. Barely got the big man up and over. Neckbreaker off the ropes by Punk. You can see how he's winded though. Keith Lee looking for an opportunity to strike here. Punk might not grant it to him. Punk with the pinpoint accuracy on these strikes. As we said, chipping away at the big man, chipping away and chipping away. Longer this thing goes, you got to think it's going to favor Punk, but what a head scissor takeover by Keith Lee there as you see him congratulate himself for it. Wowzers. Amazing that he pulled that off almost 20 minutes into the matchup, but Punk right back to his game plan, going up top. Here comes the elbow. Once again misses. Delayed vertical sends Punk to the floor, and Keith Lee smartly this time just catches his breath, center of the ring. Lot on the line in this one as we refresh at the 20-minute mark. Keith Lee catching him in a spirit bomb. 1, 2, no! Punk rolls the shoulder at 2.9. Punk wins another strike battle. Into a sleeper, simple but effective. CM Punk moves on. Couldn't knock him out, so he had to choke him out. Taking no chances is CM Punk. Smartly done. Keith Lee eliminated in round 1. CM Punk moving on into your semifinals. Okay. Well, that's fun. Let me just go ahead and grab this percentage. 96% once again. Pretty consistent for the night. Let me put up my spoiler tag now that I know that's there and it's not going to get in the way of anything. This is the last usage of the spoiler tag for the evening, by the way. So those that hate it, it's going away soon. We just have to get to this next matchup. Okay. Everything's all set there. Oh, actually not quite. Hang on, I got to go back to my text file. And there we go. Okay. There, I'm just penciling in the semifinals in the second show because we'll be booking it afterwards. No surprises. I might like even book that fully on cam because like it's mostly, I don't want to say preordained, but it's all sort of based on feuds and stuff as much as I could, so on and so forth. All right, let's get back to this screen for the final spoiler tag moment of the night, as we've now reached the Bret Hart match, another first round matchup in this world title tournament. We are now seeing Bret Hart against a newly signed talent here in the GWA. Let me just put their name into my, there we go, in my text file. I even had it spoiler tagged in my text file just in case I accidentally broadcast the text file coming up to this point. Just for myself, basically, just to save the surprise, you know, just to keep it there, just sitting, just waiting. Oh, so close, you can taste it. You can taste it. I give you a little bit of nibble. I give you a little nibble. I give you a little nibble. Ha! Full surprise. Okay, here we go. It's it's surprise time. Yeah, I do that. Oh yeah, I get rid of the cam. Hoya! As we're now going to the third of 4 first round matches in the World Title Tournament. Bret Hart against the debuting Ain't He Great? JEFFJARRETT. That's right. Former multi-time world champion Jeff Jarrett is now here in the GWA, going one-on-one with Bret the Hitman Hart in the first round of this title tournament. The NWO 2000 explodes before your very eyes right here in the GWA. Rumors were circulating it was possibly a member of the NWO or the Horsemen or the Bullet Club, and wouldn't you know it's all three, as here comes Jeff Jarrett. Simply irresistible. Jeff Jarrett, and oh my goodness, he has busted Bret Hart open in the opening minutes of this contest. Further developing storyline in this matchup, not only is Jeff Jarrett debuting here, looking to advance in this tournament. We know the winner of this one faces Shawn Michaels in the semifinals, but a huge disadvantage early on as Bret Hart has been busted wide open in this one. Big powerbomb by Jarrett into the cover. As you see the smear of blood left on the mat every time he folds Bret Hart up. Another solid 2 count, 3 minutes into this one. Jarrett might legit be trying to take this thing home, and Bret just refuses. As the GWA World Championship is too important to the leader of the Standard. Oh, here against Jeff Jarrett, and if you didn't think he was a heel, that's all you need to know there, is he immediately grabs a chair and tries to exploit the grievous head wound of Bret the Hitman Hart. Does new GWA signee, Jeff Jarrett. Oh dear. You can see the blood pouring out of the Hitman every time he hits the canvas here. We got to keep an eye on this wound. Hang on! Oh! Pile drove Jarrett, thankfully for Jarrett, away from the chair, though I think the intent of Bret Hart there was to slam the top of Jarrett's head onto the steel of that metal folding chair. Another pile driver on the floor. This thing has gotten bloody and heated in a hurry here. Ever since that head wound to Bret Hart. The evil intentions of Jeff Jarrett on display as things have spilled out to the floor, trying to bleed Hitman dry, if you'll pardon the expression. And now another folding powerbomb by Jarrett. Hitman out at 2 once again, but it's only a matter of time at this point. You can see the stains on the canvas for now. They will eventually be absorbed into the ring to make the fight stronger. Now Jarrett has been pressing this advantage since, as we said, the opening moments of this contest where Bret Hart was busted open. In dire straits is the excellence of execution, but he attempts to cover here, and he almost puts Jarrett away with a drop kick. Almost dimmed the lights of Jeff Jarrett there, did Bret Hart. Working on guts, going for glory is the Hitman, as he's starting to string together some of his signature offense. Russian leg sweep. 2 of them now. In between, he hit a nice backbreaker. Trying to wear Jeff Jarrett down for the application of the sharpshooter. Or failing that, he's known to put his opponents down for the 3 with a jumping pile driver, which we might see right now. Nope, just the seated variety. Not quite the height or impact, but still devastating, as you can see the toll it's already taking on Bret Hart. As we're cresting toward 10 minutes into this contest, and quite frankly, Hitman is on borrowed time in this one. Was busted open in the first 90 seconds of this contest. Trying to fight his way back to an even playing field here with Jeff Jarrett, who's had the advantage for most of this fight. As we have just passed the 10-minute mark here. Oh, now rubbing the blood into the eyes of Bret, trying to stall his momentum. Trying to get himself a little time and space is that dastardly Jeff Jarrett. Gut wrench into the suplex. Headbutt by Bret, using his damaged forehead as a weapon. Heart of a champion from the Hitman. And into the figure 4, trying to tap Jarrett to his own move, and he does! Bret Hart! What a performance! Spoiling the debut of Jeff Jarrett, which is par for the course in the GWA. But bleeding for 10 solid minutes and withstanding that onslaught. Puts him out with his own submission hold. Welcome to the GWA, Jeff Jarrett. You done got beat. Wowzers. Let's assume that the blood loss was unintentional and Bret was always supposed to go over eventually, so they just cut to the finish early, I'm assuming. Like in real life, that would have been my reaction. Because it's only like There's no way they were only going 11 minutes. You know what I mean? If this were a real match. Like, they're at least going 17, 18. Anywho, they wrapped up early and Bret Hart came out on top. Wowzers. Well, welcome to, like I said, welcome to the GWA, Jeff Jarrett. Okay, so this is the first of 2 title matches on this show, or this was the main title match that we were advertising, the secondary championship match being added in the wee hours of the night, actually. As you can tell, it didn't really, wait, do I point this way? Yeah, I think I point this way. It didn't really do anything. It just looks like I'm rubbing my nose. It didn't really do anything to like boost attendance, as we've only drawn, just over 600 in this 3,500 seater. But again, it's our first show in Japan. I'm expecting to lose money because we invested $10 million upgrading the gym. That was sort of not a panic move. So it was something we were planning, but we definitely implemented it in the wake of losing Austin and Muto. Like, those are 2 that you cannot replace with a single individual. So the healing process has now begun because we now have extra roster slots to fill, as well as trying to like replace that type of character. Again, also hard. So now that's why we brought in Jeff Jarrett. So we have another sort of like, rock solid heel for the division, for our divisions. I thought a well-booked match, perhaps a little quick because of the excessive blood loss, but I thought it pretty solid contest overall. That's what you get out of Jarrett. He'll come in and do the job, quite literally in this case. All right, but all that to build to our first of 2 title matches. The first, a GWA belt on the line as the tag team championships up for grabs. Yuji Hino and Rey Fenix coming off of a rather disappointing performance, I must say. Their squad, the Doldrums, being swept 4-0 in an elimination tag match against the newly formed Black Moon Fight Club. That being the stable led by The Undertaker and featuring Bison Smith, Luna Vachon, and Kevin Blackwood. Now, to rebound to that, or perhaps to show that they're none the worse for wear after that almost hour-long elimination tag match on our December show, Hino and Phoenix agreed to put up the belts against a very worthy pair of challengers here in Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, who had that rather successful run with the Big Japan tag belts, and who are literally coming off of a pinfall victory against the friggin' Road Warriors. So, if that doesn't qualify you for a tag team title shot, I don't quite know what does. So here we are. That is the Street Profits v. the Doldrums for the GWA Tag Team Championships. Let's get down to the ring-a-dingle. Let me get myself out of the way. I love that I don't need the spoiler tag anymore, so let's just get down to the ring. After this, we're going to have our final first-round matchup, Undertaker Bobby Lashley, and then our big main event for the All Japan Triple Crown, Rob Van Dam defending against Joe Doring here in, let's say, Osaka, in front of 600 strong in a 3,500 seater. But that's okay, it's our first ever show. I pulled out all the stops advertisement-wise, because whatever, if we're going to show up here, we're going to do our best to draw a crowd. But our first excursion outside of North America is here in Japan. I'm so far so good in terms of audience satisfaction. I was worried about that, being that it's in front of technically a new audience, but I imagine then that the 600 plus that are here were already fans of our style, and that's why they showed up. They're not just out of curiosity and, hey, maybe next time they'll bring a friend. So we're going to try to, as the years go on, expand ourselves into Japan and Europe. See if we can't get B's across the board at least. I mean, the ultimate goal would be I'm playing hard mode and I would get S across everywhere in the world, like the best possible, just raking in money hand over fist, everybody wants to work with me, that kind of thing. Utter dominance of the wrestling landscape worldwide. We'll see if we get there. Just like Yuji Hino and Rey Fenix have been dominant tag team champions since claiming the belts some months ago. Have not backed down from a fight. The only thing keeping them from defending their belts in most cases are the occasional injury to either Hino or Phoenix. Here defending against, as we said, Street Profits coming off an amazing run as Big Japan Tag Team Champions, rebounding from losing the belts to Quiet Storm and Hollywood Hogan by securing a pinfall victory over the Road Warriors, aka the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, on our December show, more than qualifying them for this tag team opportunity tonight in January of year 7. As we start off this uncertain year without a world champion. As we have 3 out of 4
5
possible
minutes gone.
champions already decided. We have a semi-final bout pitting Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart coming your way. And then we also have CM Punk awaiting the winner of Undertaker Bobby Lashley for the 4th and final spot in your semifinals. But it's already worked out to be Shawn Michaels Bret Hart as one of your 2 semi-final contests on the way to the GWA World Heavyweight Championship. Currently on the line in this matchup, your GWA Tag Team titles, as the action has spilled out to the floor as you knew it would. Street Profits tonight in their hard-boiled egg attire, wearing the white and gold. As the action is spilled out, referee is actually powerless to do anything until the legal fighters get back into the ring. I personally, I'm going to tell you as commentator, have lost track of who that might be. So once this thing settles down, you and me both, we'll figure it out together. But the action is fast and furious. Almost, I was going to say tag team moves, but one done by each squad there. So just sort of like synchronized moves, done not quite in tandem, but certainly synchronous. Wowzers! Inside springboard on the kick there. Montez Ford taking out to the powerhouse of his squad. Angelo Dawkins versus the power of the tag team champions, Yuji Hino, and those are your 2 legal combatants, at least for the moment. I wonder if the shoes of the Street Profits is supposed to be gold and not match the yellow of their tights on purpose. It seems a little odd that they would have several different shades of yellow as opposed to just the gold throughout. That's interesting. I might adjust that on my own. Though it kind of makes it look like they belong in the Heat business if I change that to the gold that matches their boots. But that's neither here nor there. Nice combination of strikes there from Ray Phoenix, buying himself some time and putting the much larger Dawkins on the mat. No fear out of Ray Phoenix. That runs in the family. Oh, they might be lacking the brain cells to feel fear after clotheslines like that, however. It's now Dawkins tags out to Montez Ford. His frog splash has spelled disaster to the opponents of the Street Profits for most of their GWA run here, and has naturally brought the Street Profits almost unparalleled success as they were able to win the tag team belts in one of their first matches here in the promotion, and looking to do so again, and they do it! We just talked about the frog splash, and there it was! First opportunity, he had to hit it. Montez Ford. And there has been a changing of the guard here in the tag team division. The Street Profits looking strong as they knock off Yuji Hino and Ray Phoenix and claim the gold. The gold. Montez Ford pinning Yuji Hino, and we got new tag team champions. Good. I was actually expecting that because a little inside baseball for you. They're beaten to crap, are Yuji Hino and Ray Phoenix, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to get the belts off them. And I didn't care if the match was bad, because I was just like, we'll get the belts off them, we'll get them to heal up. Maybe we'll make some changes inside the doldrums and free Phoenix to do other things. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. There might be a little, Year 7 might involve a little turnover of the roster, as not only am I going to be, okay, our current gym cap is 52 wrestlers, but what I'm planning to do is at maximum have 50. But along the way, I might be making some tweaks up and down the roster, like Yuji Hino, it's been fun having you here. We might move on. El Tejano Jr., we might move on. There's some people that are on the chopping block, let's say. But I don't want to leave their associated stables without members, so there might be some transitions the next little bit, is all I'm saying. Well, as there's some talent changeover, let's say. Speaking of talent, plenty on display in our final first round matchup in the World Title Tournament, as The Undertaker is going one-on-one with Bobby Lashley. Now, Bobby Lashley is the man going around claiming to be he who retired Stone Cold Steve Austin, as it was Bobby Lashley's title match against Stone Cold that turned out to be the final in his career. Steve Austin was successful in that matchup, so I don't quite know what Bobby Lashley is talking about, though he still claims that he ran him out of the GWA. The Undertaker, a fellow Texan, not taking too kindly to the slights on his friend's pride, as is more than amped up for this one. And as we mentioned, this was originally scheduled to be Undertaker Raven. Raven was offered a slot in this world title tournament on the condition that they be Undertaker's first round opponent in an effort to squash the beef between the two and move on, as it threatens, as the longer it goes on, quite frankly, it threatens to destroy the GWA from within. But Raven declined, not even the opportunity to face or to fight for the world title was enough. Or perhaps, and this is just pure speculation on my part, let me take off my promoter hat and just be a fan speculating. Perhaps, much like Kazuchika Okada is awaiting the results of the tournament to decide what to do with his title shot, perhaps Raven thinks Undertaker might go all the way through to the finals and win the thing and challenges him then. Who knows? Who knows? If that's to happen, he's got to get past Bobby Lashley. So check out this big-ass hoss fight we got coming your way. The final first-round matchup in the World Title Tournament. Winner of this one facing CM Punk in the other semifinal, the one semifinal that's already been set that we're going to see second half of the broadcast here tonight. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. So, not too shabby. Yeah, not too shabby. All right, let's get down to the ring for Undertaker, Bobby Lashley. Undertaker, of course, has recently formed the Black Moon Fight Club, or the BMF Club, that he is the leader of. And Bobby Lashley, certainly in the world title picture representing his stable, the Heat Business. The stable that he's in with Eddie Guerrero, the current Hall of Fame champion, as well as William Regal and Buddy Murphy, who severed ties with Mad Pauly. As you can see, Mad Pauly's already moved on to be partner of Kenta Kobashi. We saw them in action earlier. But the Heat Business of Murphy, Regal, Lashley, and Guerrero, one of the two most recent factions here in the GWA, the other being represented by its leader, The Undertaker. Here in this first round contest, winner goes on to face CM Punk in the semifinals on their way toward the World Championship. And we're going to see that matchup on our February show that we're going to be bringing you, well, shortly after the conclusion of this card. As fast as we can book it, quite frankly. As we're already a good hour and a half into the broadcast, and I try to go 3 hours. Mind you, some of these larger shows, as I've decided that they are, take up more time if you're going to be putting on 10 matches per card. Speaking of, we got a big main event headed your way at the conclusion of this final first-round matchup in the title tourney. Once we've determined who's going to face CM Punk in the semis, our main event is the All Japan Triple Crown Championship on the line, as champion Rob Van Dam is here to defend against Joe Doring. Both rostered members of All Japan Pro Wrestling, main eventing this first ever GWA card in the land of Japan. We couldn't be happier to have our friends showcase both their skills, and they honor us by putting the belt on the line in the main event to follow. I don't know how much follow-up Undertaker's going to have after that belly-to-belly outside the ring as he is thrown bodily over the top rope there by Lashley, who now going to town. Dead man trying to fight back here. We're only 5 minutes into this one. And every contest in this world title tournament has gotten off to a fairly hot start and hasn't let up. A lot on the line, a lot of pride on the line. That's how much the GWA World Championship means to all 8 competitors that started out in this tournament. We have 3 of our 4 semi-finalists waiting in the wings, and we're going to determine the 4th and final one with the winner of this. Nice reversal there by Undertaker on Bobby Lashley. Undertaker, a former Hall of Fame champion here. Bobby Lashley, a relative newcomer to the GWA, but has firmly planted himself in the main event scene after, in his words, running off Stone Cold Steve Austin following a successful title defense by Austin, I might add, against Lashley. But after that match, Stone Cold decided to hang him up, and that necessitated an 8-man tourney. Hang on, nice counter there. Undertaker was thinking last ride, and Lashley countered. Lashley will be looking for the spear or his version of the Dominator or that flipping cutter. Or potentially the Hurt Lock. And despite the MMA training of Bobby Lashley, you are not going to outpunch the most gifted striker in the history of carbon-based life forms. As there goes the Undertaker. Punches in bunches from the dead man. Now spiking Lashley with a DDT. Sending him off the ropes now. Big boot by the Undertaker. Rocking and rolling is the dead man. Another big boot. Signals that this might be it. Oh, thought he may be thinking big leg drop. Not quite. Another big boot. 3 in a row from the Undertaker. In the chest and neck of Lashley, but Lashley able to respond with once again flipping him over the shoulder into that cutter. Almost a big ending
10 minutes gone.
from Bobby Lashley there. As we pass the 10-minute mark, and the Undertaker needs a little space to catch his breath. Lashley doing his best to ground the big man. Trying to use his amateur wrestling game to his advantage. Hang on. Another big ending variation there by Bobby Lashley. Dropping the Undertaker to the canvas as often as he can. The only way to beat the Undertaker is to get on him and stay on him. Do not let up for a second. One arm choke slam by the Undertaker. Too close to the ropes. Because once the Undertaker sees an opportunity and he has you worn down, he has a handful of moves he can put you away with, the choke slam among them. Setting Lashley off the ropes now. Diving clothesline by the Undertaker. Some vintage offense from the dead man, if I'll be permitted the turn of phrase. I'll be going back to the ground game. Trying to put him down and keep him down. And now a simple chin lock could be devastating as this match rages on and you're fighting to catch your breath. Nice diving clothesline once again. You can see Undertaker is winded, but he's going for the pin. Lashley just escapes at 2.9. Once again off the ropes. Big boot from the Undertaker. Catches his breath this time. You can see him gasping for air. Signals for the last ride. Planted. Pulls him away from the ropes and into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker moves on and will face CM Punk in a WrestleMania rematch. A pair of WrestleMania rematches for your semifinal contests, as it's going to be Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, who of course had that hour-long Iron Man match of WrestleMania 12, and then CM Punk's final WrestleMania opponent, The Undertaker. This is probably the first time they've met up. They probably met up before, but I'm sure their fights have been rare as members of the GWA roster, but our semifinals are now set. Michaels v. Hart, Undertaker v. Punk. Not too shabby. One of those 4 gentlemen is going to walk away GWA World Champion when it's all said and done. Waiting in the wings, Kazuchika Okada and others. Just throwing that out there. Waiting in the wings. Okay. Oh yeah. So I'm updating. I'm trying to figure out what am I doing? Why is this? Because I have a bunch of people sent out that we haven't checked up on yet because I haven't actually done that. Okay. I'm probably going to send people out every other month because I want to send somebody everywhere. So 1 month I'll send somebody, 1 person each to every other promotion. Next month, maybe that takes too long. And I don't do that type of deal. All right, so I've been building towards this, your main event of our very first show here in Japan. Our friends from All Japan are here to put on hopefully a humdinger of a matchup for you, as the Triple Crown champion Rob Van Dam is putting the gold on the line against Joe Doring. Now, while this is taking place in All Japan's home territory of Japan, we are gracious, or we have been graced with and are humbled by the All Japan's committee's decision to allow Rob Van Dam to put the belt on the line here in a GWA or on a GWA show. So, without any further ado, let's get down to our main event. Joe Doring challenging Rob Van Dam for the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Championship. Let me get myself out of the way. Let me save this one more time because I can't help myself. Man, that Jeff Jarrett match was great. It was perfect, actually, as I think more on it. Yes, it could have gone a few more minutes, and it probably would have, like, you know, dragged out the drama a little more. But with all that blood loss, rushing to the finish, not a problem. And Bret Hart winning with the figure 4 over Jeff Jarrett. Poetic justice. So, down to the ring for your main event. The first of 2 events we're going to be bringing you in this broadcast. Rob Van Dam in the red singlet, Joe Doring in the black trunks and the red and white cowboy boots. Joe Doring challenger, Rob Van Dam Triple Crown champion. Here in the main event of this GWA show, here in Osaka, Japan. Senior official, GWA's Mr. Bigfoot is going to be in charge of the keeping law and order in this one. As 600 plus are here to see this fantastical event. We couldn't be happier to bring it to you. We're going to be returning to our American roots for our February show, which I've already booked as a 10-match sort of super card. In the interest of time, I might cut that down because there are some tag matches on there, and the tag matches in this Fed have been going 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. I know how important singles matches are as well, so we'll see. I might move some stuff around, or just cut a match or 2 and just do... Well, this was technically an 8-match card, this being the 8th match. So I wonder if I can sell a place out with 8. We'll see, we'll see. I might skip hiring someone and just put that on the back burner. Because we got to make sure that we're using the talent that we have. Yeah, because I still have to finish this, check everybody that we sent out, which is literally 1 person to every Fed, and I just want to see what they did, or see if their name comes up. And we got to find ourselves somebody from Dragon Gate to challenge Flamita for the Dragon Gate Junior Championship, so we have to invite a friend. And the rest of it, as I said, I already have booked, but I can always cut stuff, or we'll see. I might just do all 10. I don't mind if I go a little late. The only person I have to answer to is myself. Just depends if I have the energy to do so. Much like Joe Doring had the energy to kick out of that small package attempt from Rob Van Dam at the count of 1. Just before the 5-minute mark here, and this All Japan Triple Crown Championship fight continues. Rob Van Dam, the champion, floats over. Nice release German suplex there, of course. Rob Van Dam will be looking to position Joe Doring near a corner and sufficiently worn down enough to land that 5-star frog splash, driving the air out of his opponent and securing the 3 count for Rob Van Dam. Joe Doring, on the other hand, has a vicious lariat and makes use of a spiral bomb, a turning power bomb. It's his primary finish. Nicely blocked there by Joe Doring, blocking the kick. Doesn't block the second one. Thought maybe Rob Van Dam was going high again, but he went midsection. Jumping savate kick to the side of the head, possibly the back of the head there by Rob Van Dam. The highly educated feet. He's got doctor feets. Goddamn doctor feets. This Rob Van Dam. Oh, Death Valley driver by Doring and into the cover. 2. Van Dam barely rolls the shoulder there. You can see the toll it's taken on Doring. He's got to take some time here. Find some space to catch his breath. I don't know if Doring's quite used to the bright lights of the GWA production. Another Death Valley driver. RVD once again just getting that shoulder off the canvas. Just barely. This thing hasn't even gone 10 minutes yet. Joe Doring already bringing out the heavy ammunition here. Certainly I would give the cardio edge to Rob Van Dam, the flexibility and agility edge to Rob Van Dam, but do not discount the explosive power of a Joe Doring. As we said, in the mold of a Stan Hansen, has a vicious clothesline. Well, let's call it a lariat in the mold of Stan Hansen, as well as that spiral bomb. And we already seen the Death Valley driver out of Doring a number of times here. As we have passed the 10-minute mark, and now Joe Doring, absorbing the impact of that suplex, gets kicked down to the canvas once again by the champion, Rob Van Dam. The challenger, undaunted here. Fighting on, able to counter Rob Van Dam there. Suplex by Doring, catches his breath in between moves. Smartly done by the challenger. See if the champion does the same. Back and forth they go. Forearm strikes, V kicks. Oh, spinning kick. Hang on. Lariat seals the deal for Doring. I thought RVD had the advantage. But Doring into that right E-bomb. 2. RVD out again. Version of the lowdown there from Joe Doring. The dough down, perhaps. Or the Joe down? Yeah, there we go. The Joe down. Calls up with a huge lariat in the corner. This could be the spiral bomb. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Joe Doring is the Triple Crown champ. New champ crowned in your main event. A noteworthy Japanese debut for the GWA. All right, thanks for coming, guys. We got a new Triple Crown champion, and it happened in front of these peeps. It was okay. It was okay. Ba-boom. New champion. Overall 90. Had to hit 70. The 600 people that were there were thrilled. Okay. Love it. All right, I can end this event. Yes, please. Doring is the new All Japan champion. Got the new GWA tag team champions. Yeah, I know. Called it a failure. The seats were barren tonight. Reconsider this venue size and ticket prices. Cheapest tickets possible. Smallest urban, like Japanese urban center possible. TV commercial. It's literally just because it was the first time we were ever there. Don't worry about it. We still lost money on the show, I'm sure. We got new NXT champions. Oh no, Ilya Dragunov! I saw that. Dang it. Wait. Uh-oh. Kenta Koshin's the new Noah champ. Did Okada just win a belt? Yeah, we lost $9 million. Sure. Nothing noteworthy happened. Hang on, did Okada just win a friggin' belt? Trios... Mad Polly retires. Holy crap. Well, there goes Burning Mad. R.I.P. Burning Mad. You lasted a single show. Wowzers. Okay, well, he took the pin and then he was done. So apparently facing Misawa and Kobashi is the kiss of death. Polly's gone. But they found... That's probably Minoru Fujita, because I know Suzuki's already out there. Bronson Reed, we had them last time. Okay, bad scouting report there. Mandy Rose from WWE wants to come in. Hang on. I'm sorry we don't have a spot for you. Babatunde, I'm sorry we don't have a spot for you. I don't know who that Kelly is from AEW. I'm sorry, we don't have a spot for you people. Mad Polly! We lost another one. Okay, well, I gotta have to find a new tag team partner for Kenta Kobashi. Can't be called Burning Mad anymore. Interesting. All right. Rocked a little bit. I know we probably didn't sell, when you do the training center maintenance, I was going to say we probably didn't sell any of our merchandise because we only had 600 people. I had thousands of like shirts and stuff that I didn't make anything. We brought it with. As I said, was expecting to be very much in the red on that because we spent $10 million upgrading the gym. So I figured if we're already spending 10 mil on the gym, we already know we're losing money. Let's branch out. Like while they were working on the gym, we're going to send the crew to Japan. So we did a show in Japan. Yeah, see. Oh, we did okay on the t-shirts, but we weren't going to do well here. And I'll just make a bunch of the other stuff. Like we'll be low on t-shirts this month. Maybe. We'll see. I might scrap those 153 and do a proper run of t-shirts. Okay, save that real quick. Now we have to do what we always need to do. Personal advice. CM Punk wants more money. Of course, he just worked his way into semi-final match, so of course he wants more money. Hang on 1 second, I gotta check. Brody Lee's got a belt. Where did I send Brody Lee? Okay, we gotta figure this out. I think Brody Lee is a trios champion. If he's a trios champion somewhere, I'm already trying to deal with the Impact Trios Championships. I don't need the hassle, so I'm probably gonna just not bother getting that one back to its owners. But I'll at least, you know, make a note of who it actually is. We have a new Tag Team Champions, the four-time champions. Excuse me, the two-time champions. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are the 5th tag team champions. I'm gonna update all that later because it's already almost 9 o'clock. And I try to be done by 10. Definitely not gonna happen today. Oh geez. I'm still dealing with Fallout because we still have to look at what everybody else did. What am I trying to do here? Oh, I'm trying to give CM Punk a raise. I was checking out other stuff first. Okay, CM Punk wants more money. There you go, tiny bump for you. I'm gonna do all these as fast as I can. Personal advice, trust. Kevin Blackwood wants more money. Sure, save that first. Resources, consultation. Over to the Black Moon Fight Club. Kevin Blackwood. Oh, we'll get you over 2 grand. There you go. Over 2 grand. Records and help. Personal advice. Ilya Dragunov. Oh yeah! Ilya Dragunov wants also won a belt somewhere. Human resources, consultation. Yep, there they have a little belt. Ilya Dragunov wants more money. Sure thing. Little boost for you. Save, save, save. Personal advice. John Moxley wants more money. You got it. John Moxley. Boopama Scoopama. Wow, you're already making bank. Woof. One of my highest paid guys. I should probably use him more. Personal advice. Starting to lose trust in you. That's because I'm bringing in people that don't have the highest trust to start with because they're like showman style. All right, so we go management. Oh, sorry, we go human resources. We go scouts. We send out. That's what they're good at, stoic and whatever. But I'm going to send them out for stuff they're not strong with, just because. Yeah, let's do that. Kings Road, America. That's close to strong style. Out they go. Okay, set my scouts out. Now, I need to hire somebody quick. Or I'm going to try to hire somebody quick. Oops, not this part. Not this part either. Offer contract. That's the part. Now let's check to see who's available. I don't want to steal talent from anybody. But I'm kind of looking for a new tag team partner for Kenta Kobashi because I kind of like the idea of putting him in a tag team with someone that we can eventually groom. It's also a bummer that Mad Polly retired like that because like he legitimately worked his way from the beginning of the card and we never really got to see him like get consistent title matches or like work his way into title contention. You know what I mean? That's too bad. It was a shocker for sure. Okay, who do I want to be teaming with? Kenta Kobashi. Try to go as fast as I can. I'm avoiding people I've had before as much as I can. Wow, you only would have been 59. Like, so many of these people died way too young. Okay. That would be ridiculous. All right, it's enough of that. Let's do North America. Oh, geez. I mean, why not, right? Hang on, let's back up a little bit. Save that. Here we go. Offer contract. Free agent, North America. What's up, Vader? He's concerned that his style doesn't match. He's Vader. Middle ball him. Mid ball. Whoa, strike one for Vader. All right, we get 2 more kicks of that can. I'm going to try to mid-ball him, and then I'll high-ball him and see what happens. But if we lose Mad Polly, but I'm just like, all right, now we have Vader. A think we're going to be okay. I mean, at least until he retires. I'm not stealing from any other promotion. That would be rude. But we'll see what we can do. Maybe mid-ball him again. There we go. The man they call Vader coming in to replace Mad Polly. We're not even going to see them in action immediately. Hang on. We're still at 44 to 52, I think, because we lost one and got one. Can't get Mad Polly back because they just straight up retired. Okay. Place them with Vader. Manage stable. Transfer wrestler. I think it's just this one we have to move. Affiliation. Vader's coming in as a babyface. There we go. Yep, it's already in order. Perfect. There we are. Welcome to the GWA, Vader. Let's see. Now let me scroll all the way back down to where I have this thing pre-booked so I can try to scoot through here as fast as possible. Except for the fact that I now need to check all the other promotions here. So hang on. Hang on. Let me see if I can frame this properly. Let's get Notepad on screen. There we go. That's the show that we just did. And as you can see below, those are all the people that we sent out into the world. So I'm going to do a promotion. Yeah, I got to do this promotion stat thing, and we're going to go through all of these real quick. They're all in order, and I've templated it. So as soon as I see what Angle's up to, I go down to Booker T, etc., etc. So like half the feds and then half the feds are represented by these two columns. So I'm going to get this out of the way and just go as fast as I can before we start booking the second show here. So we sent Kurt Angle to WWE. What did they do with Kurt? Just looking for names of our talent if they were here at all. So they may have been on this in this trios match. And that's it. They may have been in that trios match. Sometimes I think they just take our talent so that we can't use it. Then we sent Booker T to New Japan. Could have been on the Bad Luck Fale or Rocky Romero teams. Yeah. And if they weren't, they were not used. Then we sent Yohei to AEW. What do they do with Yohei? Let me guess. Didn't use him. Then we sent Ilya Dragunov to NXT, and here's where something happened because I believe they won a belt here. Hang on, there we go. Bird, whoever Bird is, and Ilya won their junior tag team titles. So I have to make note of that. That Ilya Dragunov from GWA has one half of the NXT Junior Tag Belt with something Bird. I don't know who that is, but that's who they've teamed with. Now let me scoot all the way back down here. Okay. We sent Hangman Adam Page to CMLL. See if anything happened there. Didn't use him. Good stuff. We sent Drew McIntyre to Big Japan Pro Wrestling. There we go. He won a match against Tatsuhiko Yoshino, and it was dreadful. It was dreadful. We sent Dragon Rojo Jr. to AAA. Let's take a look at how Dragon Rojo Jr. did. Won a match against Monster Clown. That was not great, if I'm perfectly honest. One of the worst matches on the show. And that's half the feds right there. Hang on one second as I delete them, and then we'll start the second row. At least as it's was listed in my text file. Okay, now continuing along, we sent Bill Bullock to Ring of Honor, and he beat Jay Lethal in their opening contest. Not a great match, but he beat Jay Lethal. I wish you could go down and see exactly how all these played out, or if there was a mod that allowed me to watch either every show or could pick a match and do like a replay of like any match I clicked on. Like you would get for example, a 75% Kings Road contest where Matt Taven beat Shane Taylor, and you'd get to like see that happen. That would be incredible, but I don't think the mods can quite do that stuff. Anyway, We sent El Tejano Jr. to DDT, and they did not use him in their tournament. We sent Brody Lee to All Japan Pro Wrestling. See what they did, if anything, there. Unless he was on the teams in the main event, they didn't do anything with him either. We sent... Oh, did we do anybody do... Okay, there we go. Yeah, we sent Randy Orton to Dragon Gate. There you go. He beat... he beat Yoshihiko, who is their blow-up doll. So he beat Yoshihiko. That's great. Then we sent Dave Mastiff to Impact Wrestling. And he beat Larry D in a Haas battle in the opening contest. Pretty good way to start the show. Got 25,000 strong. Man, Impact crushing it. Crushing it over there in Europe. Good stuff. They got 26 people. I'm surprised they're not higher on the list anyway. We sent Raven. Raven ran all the way to Pro Wrestling Noah to get away from The Undertaker in that world title tournament. And they didn't even use him. He just sat backstage. And then finally, we sent William Regal to GCW, and he beat the crap out of Delilah Doom. And that's how that went down, in front of 1,600 people. More than that saw our show, so that's how that went. Okay, we've already done our personal advice. Actually, let me do a consultation, because I think Booker T's not making nearly enough money. Book. Okay, so he's over 2K. Was there somebody else? Vader's definitely over. Oh, not yet. There you go, bud. Now you're over 2K. That should make you a little happier if you weren't already. Buddy Murphy. Somebody back here. Oh, Luna. There we go, Luna. There you go. Doesn't really trust us. We haven't used her much. Okay, we signed Vader. We're not going to use them right away, but we signed them. Let me get rid of all of this. In my text file now, I'm just getting rid of all of the people that we sent out. I'm going to skip sending people out this time because we have a 10-match card to book. The only thing I need to do is find somebody from Dragon Gate to invite. So let's get here. Let's go to event, invite, and find somebody from Dragon Gate that qualifies to fight for the Junior Championship. Rey Mysterio, huh? Well, that's easy peasy. I will choose Rey Mysterio. Why wouldn't I? Yep, come on down, Rey. Boom, Rey Mysterio Flamita coming your way. Good stuff. All right, so we save that. I already know that he's here, so just put in Rey Mysterio in for Dragon Gate. Now we book ourselves a show. All right, we're headed back to America. Biggest venue we can find. 20 bucks a head. Now let's start configuring some title matches. 10-match card. We're going all out. Still don't have a heavyweight champ, but we have some semi-final matches headed your way. Hall of Fame championship in your main event. We've already sort of gone over this. Booker T gets a shot against Eddie Guerrero in your main. And just under that, we're having the Legends Junior belt up for grabs. Jushin Liger. How's Darby feeling? Darby's doing great. Darby Allin. Then in one of our two semifinals, also near the top of the card here, this is going to be semifinal number 2, number 1 in your hearts, as CM Punk busts out the Long Boys to try to take down the Undertaker of the Black Moon Fight Club. And as you can see, oh, hang on, since we're already looking in the roster pages, as you can see, we have a new member of the Squared Circle K. As suspected, Kazuchika Okada has assumed leadership, and now joining Kazuchika Okada, Keith Lee, and Kairi Sane is Chris Statlander. So we have ourselves a full rostered Squared Circle K once more. Let's see what sort of variations I can do. Undertaker going with an extra casual look here, wearing the Dead Man Inc. shirt. Okay, drawing a huge crowd, 16,000 already. So then underneath that we have, hang on. Yeah, we had just a singles contest here in our junior division, as we have ourselves a Merry Little Christmas. Oh, here we go. Yohei, former Legends Junior champion, is going to be taking on in one-on-one competition someone fairly new to the league. Here's Kevin Blackwood in his first singles contest, representing the Black Moon Fight Club. Now, underneath that, this was a tag match that I was waiting to find out the opponents for the opening squad here. Hang on. We'll just pop up back over to our face category, as Becky Lynch is going to be teaming up with Kurt Angle. This is sort of the other half, or the other two members of that sort of trio that is sort of Becky Lynch, Kurt Angle, Darby Allin, has sort of a loose affiliation with one another, taking on 2/3 of what was Team Space Cowboy in the Trios Championships, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega, who we're going to put in. How we doing? Oof, Moxley's all messed up. There we go. Somewhat matching gear. That's match number 6. Now here's where we're going to put our Dragon Gate Junior title matchup. There is Flamita up against Rey Mysterio, who we are bringing in for the event. Ah, yes, we know it well. We're going to do Classic Rey. Well, no, let's do the current run Gold Rey, as we used to have Rey in our Generation 1 of the GWA. Okay, and then we have... Oh, speaking of the new members, or the new member of the Squared Circle K, we have Tag Team Action, featuring them coming your way soon, as Mastiff and Bullock are back together, as the Yard Dogs are going to be taking on the Squared Circle K, and you're going to see Chris Statlander teaming up with Kairi Sane, current junior champ and 1/3 of Trios champs. And then in our third matchup, just a nice strong singles fight on the heel side of things. You're going to see Randy Orton back in the fold. And on the other side of the ring, representing the Standard, Brody Lee, who has a belt of some sort. Who got a belt somewheres. I already have a full house. I got 2 more matches to book. Ah, yes. Okay, so tag team match. Who are the heels here? Representing the Heat Business. We're gonna have ourselves. I put these guys together as like, what a tag team this would be. Buddy Murphy with his sort of style of offense, backed by William Regal. So Buddy Murphy and William Regal don't even have opponents, and they're already drawing people to the show. But they're actually going to be taking on, from the Black Moon Fight Club, the only 2 left that haven't gotten a match yet, Luna Vachon, Bison Smith for the Black Moon Fight Club in somewhat matching gear. That brought 1,100 more people here. And then opening the show is our first semifinal contest, as we are going to pit, hang on one second, Shawn Michaels against Bret Hart in one of our 2 semifinal contests. I can't believe it. That's how that worked out. Pretty dope. That's another 1,500 people. Let's charge $40. But I mean, like, 52 da 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 da, and I do this, and then that's going to be 75,000. So you're going to be 10,000 over capacity, paying half that price. Fine. Okay, so biggest, well, let's see, hang on. What's the second largest one? 40? Can I do 40 by 40? Can I do 40 by 60? Almost, getting there. So this is $40,000, but they're paying 40 each, so that's $1 million on the gate. The expenses $420. Larger place, $620. $20 each, 75, so that's still $1.5 million. Let's go down to the large by 4. Hang on, let's go up here. So minus that, so it's like 45, let's say. 45 by 4 is 1.8. Are the expenses lower? Expenses are lower. Yeah, I'm gonna make 1.8 in front of 40,000 instead of 1.5 in front of 65. So slightly smaller. Nah. Let's just go for this. Let's go for the crowd. There we go. 65,000 plus. It's a big old show. At the end of it, we're gonna have our number 1 contenders for the finals. We got some tag matches. We got some singles contests. We got some belts on the line. We're ready to roll. All right, in front of 65,000 strong. Done. Everything's booked. I'm not sending anybody out because that's just going to take up a lot of time. Because we have 65,000 people to potentially entertain, let's go ahead and make some merchandise for them. I'm going to scrap these and make 10,000 fresh ones, 10,000 towels, 5,000 DVDs/Blu-rays, 10,000 goods, 3,000 masks, because these are always a tough sell, and then 10,000 branded snacks. Okay, let's see how that works. There we go. All right, I'm not loaning anybody anywhere. I do need to check real quick. Can I check title belts? GWA 6-man, that's still vacant. We don't use the junior heavyweight because both, like, it doesn't matter what size you are, you can contend for the tag team. So we're leaving that. I'm just going down quickly to see if we got to get the belt off of Minoru Suzuki at some point. We got the AEW belt back to the AEW. LA Knight still hanging out in the wind there. Okay, so one half of them. CMLL. Big Japan. Where did I send Brody Lee? I can't even remember. It must have been to one of these where they're now part of a six-man team. Was it DDT? No, that's where I sent Randy Orton. All Japan. There it is. He's 1/3 of the All Japan six-person tag team titles. Okay, I knew that's where it was. Okay, so Brody Lee. I just got to make note of this so I can potentially fix it. Has 1/3 of All Japan trios with something Okada, and I don't know the third. Okay, so Dragunov has half of the NXT tag with someone named Bird, or NXT Junior tag with someone named Bird. Now I know what Brody Lee's been up to. Okay, that's all I needed to do there. To get that info. Man, I should, at some point off air, I should be taking snaps of these belts, eh? Since they have styles and stuff to them. Big gold and just a different strap. Anyway. Alright. Didn't do anything that needs saving, but we'll save regardless. We moved everybody around. We invited the one person we need to show up. We made our merchandise. We addressed some salary concerns. We're going to let a lot of people rest because everyone that we were booking, or most of the people that we were booking, if they worked last time, they maybe worked a tag and are working singles now. So they were like trying to be easy on them. And yeah, beyond that, I think we're okay. All right, it's going to take about a little over an hour to do this show, so we might as well get down to the ring. Okay, save one last time, and then we're going to proceed. And Rey Mysterio has 3 chances to show up for work. Here we go. Here we go. Do not disappoint me, Rey. Full house. 10 matches are still here. Okay, everybody showed up for work. Excellent. And we are starting things off in a big bad way. The first of 2 semi-final matches. The winners go on to our March show. This is going to be the first show that we broadcast next week. And that match, the main event match there, is going to be for the vacant World Heavyweight title. It cannot be both Bret and Shawn. It must be one. Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels. Semi-final numero uno is imminent. As always, the creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot, calling for the bell in front of 65,000 plus here. Another sold-out football stadium, and we couldn't be more happy to have you with us here, strolling down the gnarly wrestling aisle, as Shawn Michaels is in there in the red, white, and blue attire against the classically pink and black attack of Bret the Hitman Hart. Shawn Michaels defeating Kenny Omega to get here. Bret Hart taking down the debuting Jeff Jarrett to earn his spot in the semifinals. Jarrett not booked for this event. We'll probably see them next month. Got a lot of people on the roster that we got to keep happy, and I'm kind of doing that on purpose. Not intent on, but, you know, fully aware that I might lose a few here and there. Hang on! Sharpshooter attempted an early one from Bret Hart there, but Shawn Michaels, no stranger to the hold, able to escape. Bret perhaps just showing that he can apply it at any time. And Shawn Michaels just shoving Bret Hart away. We'll, of course, be looking for that knockout shot to the Hitman. Michaels will be looking for that sweet chin music. And we've already seen the sharpshooter out of Bret Hart. Would love to tap out Shawn Michaels on his way to the finals here. No spoiler tag necessary. Everybody saw me hire Rey Mysterio to bring them in against Flamita. Kind of a steal there. If I'd known that, well, I can't really advertise beforehand because the second show, there's no guarantee that I can book them. I just like doing different colors for each of the different mystery people. It's fun for me. Hang on. Nice go behind block there by Bret. It's going to be a rather technical battle. See how long they can maintain their composure. Longtime rivals are Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, both in and out of the ring. Bret Hart being one of the many WWF roster members not taking too kindly to the backstage antics and attitude of Shawn Michaels throughout his run. There was a reason the Heartbreak Kid character is a bit of a prima donna, as the prevailing wisdom in wrestling is crank your natural personality traits to 11 in order to create an authentic gimmick. As we see Shawn Michaels escaping a figure four attempt by Bret Hart, the move that put Jeff Jarrett out of the tournament and earned Bret Hart the spot here in the semis. Hart able to counter a pile driver attempt by HBK. And now Shawn, you see, going to the forehead of Bret Hart. Wise strategy there, as it's only a month ago that Bret Hart was busted wide open in the early going of his contest with Jeff Jarrett. Shawn Michaels perhaps thinking the same strategy, trying to bust the Hitman open. See how he deals with all three of his tournament matches, or perhaps just the two. And the blood loss. So far, no good. Figure four attempt there by Michaels this time. Shades of his one of his former confidants and perhaps mentors, Ric Flair. Roll-up attempt now by Michaels in the corner. Hart able to escape at one. Backbreaker by the Hitman, going to the top rope. Extra dangerous as he drops an elbow to the small of the back. I believe the Bret's rope elbow drop is a corner grapple move. As Bret pulls Shawn Michaels into a Boston Crab, a lot of submission holds targeting the legs and back have been perfected by the Hitman, none more potent than his patented sharpshooter. But the ideal opponent for Shawn Michaels in a lot of ways, as we are well aware of the kicking power of the Heartbreak Kid and that sweet chin music. And now it's Michaels' turn to attack the legs of the Hitman. Bret fights free at the 10-minute mark. In this first of two semifinal matches we're going to be bringing you tonight. Winner goes on to the finals next week to contend for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. Nice forearm to the back of the head of Bret by Shawn. Unable to follow it up, though. Here comes Bret off the ropes now. Drops an elbow. Rake of the eyes by HBK, just trying to smear the sweat across the vision of Bret the Hitman Hart. Anything for an advantage. As we're cresting towards 15 minutes in this one. Up top goes Michaels now. Sky-high elbow drop misses. Took him a little bit of time to set that up. Able to recover, though. Hang on. Hitman playing possum for the roll-up. Shawn Michaels able to roll the shoulder. Get out of that predicament at 2.9. And the fight continues. Both men content to slug it out here. Going shot for shot. Trading drop kicks, and I think Hitman had the edge, but just. Russian leg sweep by Bret Hart. Signature offense from the Hitman there. Hang on. Into the sleeper by Shawn Michaels.
Give up. Give up.
The move CM Punk used to put Keith Lee out of the tournament. Perhaps Shawn Michaels showing his hand there and gaming for a future opponent rather than focusing on the man across from the ring from him now. Nice power slam off the ropes. Michaels going up top for the sky-high elbow drop once again. Takes too much time and misses. Big spinebuster by Brett. 15 minutes now gone in this one. Both men pouring it on. Back to the center of the ring. Another sleeper attempt. This could end the match. We already saw it in the first round. Brett barely able to escape. That was a long sleeper from Shawn Michaels. Looking to finish the Hitman. Trying to finish stealing his oxygen with that kitchen sink. Took a lot of time to pose there. Still hits the sky-high elbow. Hitman in dire straits. Able to counter and hit a pile driver into the cover. 1, 2. No! Michaels out again. Off the ropes this time. Able to avoid the spine buster. Michaels goes back up top. Elbow drop. Hitman trying to slow him down with a DDT. Pulled back to his feet. Schoolboy, but too close to the ropes. Michaels now dragging Bret Hart center of the ring so there can be no arguing. Hitman counters with the victory roll and wins. Bret Hart is headed to the finals with a surprise roll-up win of Shawn Michaels. Out-wrestled him. I'll take it. How'd we do? Heck yeah, we had a 5-star match. Bret Hart, your first finalist. The leader of the Standard with a long overdue one-on-one title match coming his way with the opportunity to crown himself GWA World Heavyweight Champion. What a win for the Hitman! And what a sign of things to come, I would hope. All right. Nicely done. Hitman with a victory roll. Luna Vachon and Bison Smith looking to eke out another victory for the Black Moon Fight Club, coming off the heels of that, quite frankly, vicious elimination tag match at the December event. Both teams were left fairly decimated health-wise. Luna and Smith not quite rushing back to the ring as fast as Yuji Hino and Rey Fenix, and we saw what toll that took on the tag team champions, as we have new tag team champions as a result. Partly as a result, let's not discount the skill of the Street Profits. But we'll see how Luna Vachon and Bison Smith fare against Buddy Murphy and William Regal of the Heat Business in a sort of simultaneous tag team debut for both of these squads, looking to perhaps be the full-time tag teams inside of their respective stables. Let's go ahead and save the data real quick, and then get down to the next match. Tag team action: Luna Vachon and Bison Smith of the Black Moon Fight Club versus Buddy Murphy and William Regal of the Heat Business. As per usual, the creature on feature, Mr. Sasquatch, calls for the bell, and we are underway. Luna Vachon starting things off with Buddy Murphy. In there, repping the Heat Business is Buddy, and the Black Moon Fight Club is Luna Vachon. As you can see, Luna's partner there, Bison Smith, in the blue corner. William Regal, the partner of Buddy Murphy, in the red corner. Put him in the right-hand side of your screen. Both of these factions trying to establish themselves amongst the rank and file of the GWA. I don't quite mean rank and file, that sort of means like the average Joe. Try to establish themselves amongst the now half-dozen stables here in the GWA. Also jockeying for position amongst the tag team rankings as we're trying to implement more stringent rules on who can and cannot tag with whom and who might be in consideration for belts. We're trying to implement, and if I can figure out a way to or if I just remember to track this, let's just call it what it is. It's the Chikara system, as far as I know, of having to win 3 tag matches in a row to accrue 3 points before being able to challenge for the tag team title. So I might try to keep that in mind, as we have about 10 to 12. It's one of those two numbers, 10 to 12 regular tag teams, or at least tag teams I want to be regular tag teams in the GWA. So excluding our champions, the other teams will sort of get matches against each other, hopefully fairly regularly, And as we said, we're trying to get 3 points in a row before you can challenge. So we'll see how that goes. Buddy Murphy on the inside here, wearing out Luna Vachon with these powerbomb combinations. Essentially hit 4 powerbombs into a V-trigger and isn't done as he gets the quick tag from William Regal. Things settling down here. Knee trembler to the face of Luna Vachon. Heat Business firmly in command of the opening few minutes here. And thankfully for the Black Moon Fight Club and Luna, she's able to tag in her beefy partner, Bison Smith here, to apply a little bit of the power game to Buddy Murphy of the Heat Business, trying to fight his way out of the corner. Bison wins that strike battle. Buddy Murphy wisely retreating to the safety of his own corner and tagging William Regal into the matchup here. The wily fighting veteran, William Regal, probably forgot more about dirty tactics in a fight than most people will ever encounter or learn in their lifetime. Has been on his own and scrapping for a living since he was 16 years of age. Go behind by Bison Smith, countered into a bulldog there by Regal. Calm, cool, and collected is the multi-decade veteran. Hang on! Blue Thunder there by Bison Smith, but way too early in the contest for a serious pin attempt. Bison Smith taking the opportunity to quickly tag in Luna Vachon. I don't know how wise that is. Repeated shots to the head and neck of Luna Vachon throughout the opening moments of this contest. You see another vicious clothesline there by Regal. Yeah, she's had enough already. Quick tags in and out here from the Black Moon Fight Club that they themselves might be returning to the ring a little too early after that Eliminator tag at the December show of last year. Took its toll on all 8 wrestlers in that match. The only one that seems to have come out relatively unscathed has been The Undertaker, who we are going to see in your second semifinal match later this evening. It's going to be The Undertaker, CM Punk. The winner is going to be facing Bret Hart for the vacant World Championship on our March show. And we got a nice Blue Thunder fire. Or just Blue Thunder, excuse me. A Blue Thunder powerbomb by Bison Smith there. Falls over the vicious lariat. Couple of occasions where he almost put Buddy Murphy down. If it hadn't been for William Regal, the match would have been over, and Smith is signaling for more here. Murphy cuts him off with a drop toe and scrambles back to his corner. Tagging the fresh man, William Regal. Regal looking to take control of things after that flurry of offense from Bison Smith. Trying to just ground the man. Sends him across the ring. And just stomping away at the midsection there of Bison Smith is Regal. Trying to break the man down. Smith quick to tag out to Luna. Regal not aware of it. Now he knows. Nice slam by Luna Vachon. Luna going to work now on Regal. Nice forearm shots by the only female member. The Black Moon Fight Club. Sit out powerbomb. Buddy Murphy saving the matchup for the Heat Business there. Exploder. What a suplex by Regal, trying to tilt the momentum back into his favor here. Enzui Lariato on his way out of the ring. In comes Buddy Murphy. Out goes Luna Vachon. Nope, not quite. They tried to tip her over the ropes or have her strike the canvas with such impact that she bounced out of the ring, but no such doing. And now the testicular claw from Luna Vachon. From the referee's reaction, perfectly legal here in the GWA. He wasn't doing a 5 count. That's a legit submission hold. The testicular claw from Luna Vachon. A handful of claw holds in the game now. Each deadlier than the last that we've been exposed to. Oh, a big headbutt from Bison Smith has busted William Regal wide open, meanwhile, in the center of the ring. Buddy Murphy a little out of sorts, attempting a roll-up outside the ring. And then back to the powerbomb or Canadian DDT variations there. Meanwhile, in the ring, Bison Smith folding up William Regal with a powerbomb. Buddy Murphy going to work on Luna Vachon outside the ring. Regal trying to give as good as he's getting inside. But I feel like Bison Smith has had the advantage, especially after that Iron Claw chokeslam. Luna trying to hang in there with Buddy Murphy. Rolls back into the ring. Signals for the end here. Bison and Buddy into the Bicentennial, rolls him over. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Bison Smith with the Bicentennial. As we've said before, that move has been performed by many phenomenal competitors, but imagine 300 plus pounds coming down on you before you get that roll up. And the Bicentennial spells victory for the Black Moon Fight Club in their tag team debut. Okay, love it. Okay, so maybe we can give them a month off now that they're likely still pretty beat up. How do we do 98? So our average is 99 following 2 matches. Nothing to sneeze at. As we have ourselves some singles action coming your way. I don't even need to hype it any more than this. Brody Lee, Randy Orton. Get down to the ring. Brody Lee is going to be looking for that discus clothesline. Randy Orton is going to be looking for the RKO out of nowhere. Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell. And this fight is underway. An immediate headlock by Randy Orton. The wily veteran, using everything he's learned in his 20-plus year career to slow down and bore the pants off of both his opponents and his fans.
Give up.
Likes to leave his opponents pantsless, having been bored out of them. I kid and tease. I know he's like solid, probably real safe to work with, but as a viewer of Randy Orton's in-ring work for the past who knows how many years, well, like legit 15 to 20, yeah, never did anything for me, never lit a fire inside, never connected in any way, just always felt like a guy playing wrestler, like just doing it because he was like, yeah, it's what I do, it's my job, I guess. And he's cut some impassioned promos and stuff, the contents of which I cannot remember because he's also been around so long that he's been a good guy and a bad guy and for various reasons and back and forth to the point where I just don't care. Like I never really did, but especially now, I just don't really care, Randy. That's nice that you're like trying to bring up, you know, younger folk or newer people to the roster in your current run, like teaming with like Riddle and stuff at the moment, but yeah, I just never really got into him. Brody Lee looking similarly unimpressed as he tries for a discus lariat there. Randy Orton cut him off with a punch to the back of the head and now grounding him out. There's the tactic of the Viper, the Apex Predator. Not afraid to slow the match down with a face or headlock. Nice reversal there by Brody Lee, fighting for the idea of fun in general in wrestling matches versus, you know, stealing DDP's move. Ha ha ha.
5 minutes gone.
As we pass the 5-minute mark, and Randy Orton was applying there the Orton Stomp, not to be confused with the Garvin Stomp. As, hang on, Brody Lee now has a sledgehammer. Cat and mouse could cause a disqualification here if he's not careful. Just drops it at 4. I must say this for Randy. Bit of a ring general, smartly done there, almost causing disqualification to get an early and quick victory, or get an early and seemingly easy victory over Brody Lee. But Brody Lee just drops the sledgehammer in time and is now trying to drop Randy Orton with a series of super kicks. Randy Orton once again slowing things down with a headlock. Lariat by Brody Lee. Randy Orton backing up and backing up. Another super kick. Dark discus lariat and into the cover. 1, 2. Orton out at 2.9. The lights are on, but it looks like nobody's home for Randy Orton. And Brody Lee looking to capitalize. Oh, it's taken a lot out of the big man to hang in there with Randy Orton to this point, as he's once again grounded center of the ring with that headlock. Randy Orton had every opportunity, just trying to steal the oxygen from his opponent. You cannot argue with the soundness of the strategy. It's just the entertainment factor has always been an issue as it comes to Randy Orton and me. Or I guess just, you know, it's not Randy Orton's problem, it's mine. Dark Discus lariat once again by Brody. 1, 2, 3, and that will do it. Brody Lee on the tear of his career puts down Randall Keith, I think it's Keith Orton, in less than 10 minutes. Just annihilates him. Run through. As Brody Lee, after a kind of a wishy-washy year 6, coming on strong at the end of the year and into year 7. Boom. You're a winner with the Dark Discus Lariat. Coming up next, we have the reunited, and it feels so good, Yard Dogs of Dave Mastiff and Bill Bullock going up against Kyrie Sane, your junior heavyweight champion, and the newest member of the Squared Circle K, Chris Statlander. Chris and Kyrie versus Dave and Bill. Coming your way in just 1 second. Let me go ahead and save that. Hit this, get off the screen. Oh. Okay, we're reconnected to chat, but it looks like we haven't stopped streaming or anything, so we're still all right. As Dave Mastiff and the Galaxy's greatest, Chris Statlander, looking to start things off for their respective squads. Chris Statlander invited into and accepted the invitation to the Squared Circle K in the wake of the departure of Keiji Muto, the former leader, who unexpectedly retired. We've had to deal with 3 of those in the past 2 months. I shudder to think what's going to happen at the end of this show. Watch Undertaker earn his place in the finals and then retire from wrestling, and you know what I mean? We'll see. I don't want to jinx it, but that seems to be the way things are going. We have replaced Mad Polly at the very least with Vader, who we're going to put into action in our next show. For sure. Let me just put that down immediately. So somebody's getting slammed. So I put Vader in the opening match of our next card, regardless of what happens to anybody else. So I can also try to maybe put the tag belts on the line. We'll see. I got to build the March card, but for sure it is going to feature at the very least for the GWA title, Bret Hart versus TBD, as Undertaker and CM Punk will be the second semifinal matchup later on in the show. Vicious strikes to the back of the head there. That is a disqualificationable offense. You cannot protect yourself from that position, as it is Bill Bullock taking advantage, much like he's trying to do with his baseball bat, but Kyrie Sane having none of it. One of the hardest working and most intense competitors in all of the GWA, Kyrie Sane, currently enjoying her second reign as GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. The MVP of the Trios Tournament of Terror. We cannot stress that enough. In a deathmatch I Quit tournament, it was Kyrie Sane, far and away the smallest competitor in the tournament, that turned the tide for the Squared Circle K on more than one occasion and helped them to secure the win in the tournament, the Trios belts, the $666,000 to split amongst them, and of course those guaranteed title shots. Kyrie Sane cashing in hers against then champion Dragon Rojo to become the GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. Keith Lee cashed his in for inclusion in the World Title Tournament and was unfortunately for him beaten in the first round by CM Punk, who we're going to see against The Undertaker later tonight. Kazuchika Okada, the third member of the winning squad and now the new leader of the Squared Circle K, has yet to cash in their tag title, or their title opportunity. They have until the next tournament to do so. So they have until September's event to square that away. It's not a tag title opportunity, or it could be if he so decided, but rumors are that he's going to, of course, challenge for the world title, as that is the main belt here in the GWA. Hang on! Beefy elbow off the top by Mastiff. The stout and thickly muscled member of the Yard Dogs now making a quick tag out to the convict Bill Bullock. Likewise, Chris Statlander welcoming Kyrie Sane, the junior champion, back into the ring. Bullock coming off of a recent Legends junior title fight. I keep saying tag because it's a tag match. Where he was unsuccessful despite, I don't think he got the stomach claw on his opponent. I don't think he even attempted it, and that was probably his downfall in that championship match. Still in possession of the most deadly submission maneuver in the history of professional wrestling, years 1980 to 83 inclusive. The stomach claw from Bill Bullock has brought him fame and fortune throughout his GWA career. Not to be confused with the face claw that Bison Smith now brings to the fold as a member of the Black Moon Fight Club, or the testicular claw that Luna Vachon seems to want to employ as also a member of the Black Moon Fight Club. There's only one originator, and the most deadly version of the claw hold belongs to Bill Bullock and his stomach claw. We may see yet in this matchup. Currently, both sides refresh their competitors, and it is Chris Statlander and Dave Mastiff once again one-on-one. Mastiff getting pumped up with the crowd and hitting a huge lariat there, and then just hammer-fisting Statlander in the face before hitting a rolling hill center of the ring. Hooks the leg deep on the cover. Kairi Sane in to save the matchup for the Squared Circle K. Strange things are now afoot at the Squared Circle K thanks to the inclusion of the Galaxy's greatest Chris Statlander. Back into a pin for Mastiff on Kairi, but Statlander with the save this time. Quick one count there on Mastiff. You see Statlander was waiting in the corner of Bill Bullock in case he decided to try to run interference. Mastiff with the brainbuster to junior champion Kairi Sane. Sane able to duck out of the way of that Vader attack. Perhaps foreshadowing the arrival of the man himself. Dave Mastiff's attire, obviously a tribute to the man they call Vader, who will be premiering for the GWA in March for as long as he'll stay with us before he retires. Another huge brainbuster there by Mastiff, and in comes Bill Bullock, the convict. Kairi Sane, eyes in the back of her head there, able to avoid the sneak attack. And initiates a strike argument with the convict Bill Bullock. That he settles with a discus lariat. Into the stomach claw, we talked about it! Dear God! Statlander in to break it up. Sane had only moments of life left. As she's now set off the ropes. Standing Spanish fly from Bill Bullock. Trying to set Kairi up perhaps for a second attempt at that dreadful stomach claw, or perhaps the prison plex. Statlander freshly tagged in, setting him up in the corner, and there's the prison plex we talked about into the turnbuckles. Not going to be good for a pin attempt, but the damage to the head and neck of Statlander, enormous. As she's lured into the red corner, in comes Dave Mastiff, out goes Bill Bullock. Mastiff off the ropes, nice back elbow there by Statlander, trying to press the advantage while she has it. Pulled down by Big Dave Mastiff. Off the ropes he comes. Falling lariat, plants the Galaxy's greatest. Nice underhook on that exploder. Demanding more competition is Dave Mastiff, trying to fire up his opponent here. Thinks better of making a tag, and gets caught for it. Rolling hills by Mastiff. Statlander once again thinks better of tagging. Looking to prove herself here. Back elbow. Now she tags. And in comes Kairi Sane. Oh! Who runs right into the discus lariat from Mastiff? Dropped immediately as the junior champion as we head toward 20 minutes of this tag contest. Mastiff able to avoid that tilt-a-whirl. Not the low drop kick. Release German by Sane. Blocks the suplex. Oh, gets suplex onto the handle of the baseball bat. Ow! As now, Magic Killer almost onto the baseball bat. Luckily for Kairi Sane, it rolled out of the way. That would have broken her back for sure. And she's now in there with Bill Bullock, the convict. The longest tenured member of the GWA roster, and the only wrestler on our payroll that does not have a real-life counterpart. Or did not, if you're a stickler for tense, based on who it is we're talking about. Gamangiri Enzigiri combination from the ladies of the Squared Circle K. And once again, the Yard Dogs have to Send a fresh man out there. Into the stomach claw. Bill Bullock not legal, so this is pure pain to Chris Statlander. She can do nothing to relieve herself until Bill Bullock releases the hold to leave what's left of Chris Statlander for Dave Mastiff. Statlander tried to fight her way back to the corner, but another discus lariat from Mastiff drops her. It's only a matter of time after these stomach claws. Duck underneath by Statlander, excuse me, by Mastiff. Statlander's bouncing off. Now a backbreaker across the knee, reverse DDT style. Into a scrap buster by Statlander, but she won't make the tag. This came back to haunt Mad Paulie in his matchup, and it cost him his GWA career. Statlander now making the tag after luring Mastiff into the corner. Smartly done. Dave out to the floor. Kairi Sane and Dave Mastiff legal into the Croston Crab. Broken up immediately by Bullock. If the stomach claw is the coup de grace of Bill Bullock submission-wise, the Croston Crab of Kairi Sane is equally as deadly. All four athletes on the floor now. Some underhanded tactics employed there by Bullock. Eats an Enziguri Gamanguri once again. Folded in half is Statlander off that murder backdrop. I think it's Kairi Sane and Mastiff as the legal fighters, but this will continue outside the ring until they return to it. No countouts or DQs outside the ring, as now the fight spills back into a wrestling match. Quick tag out, Statlander and Kairi. Mastiff confused. Kairi's not legal, but he figured out in time to plant Chris Statlander for the pin. Whoa, Kairi Sane tagging up in her own corner and able to thwart that pin attempt. And now the R-Dogs in full control of Chris Statlander in the red corner. In comes Bullock. They're only a stomach claw away from securing the victory as we inch towards 30 minutes gone in this tag team contest. Big old scrap buster by Chris Statlander. Dodges the discus lariat. Hits a lariat of her own. Enzui lariat this time. Up top, electric chair. Into the Big Bang Theory. Mastiff there to break it up before the count of one, but the damage done to Bill Bullock. Oh, repeated headbutts. Looking to take advantage of a dazed Chris Statlander and put her away. A pair of discus lariats, and in comes Mastiff. Statlander fends off the double team. All the way back to her corner to tag in Kairi Sane. Off the ropes. Big Vader attack. But Kairi Sane stuffs the attempt at the STF. Mastiff unable to follow up. Forearm strike for forearm strike. Oh, Mastiff. Seen a lot of discus lariats the past couple of months. Hang on. Alabama slam by Kairi up top for the elbow. Drags him away from the ropes, but there's nowhere to go in the southern quadrant. Breaking up the pin attempt. Right move, wrong place by Kairi Sane, and now she's going to pay for it. Into the cover goes Mastiff. Statlander saves it. Up goes Kairi. Elbow. Into the cover. One, and Bullock is there. Kairi taking out to Chris Statlander, sending Mastiff off the ropes. Huge back elbow from the Galaxy's Greatest. Looking to put Mastiff away. Off the ropes once again. Another big back elbow. Center of the ring now. Trying to get him grounded for something, but he's able to squeak free. Not quite able to make the tag. Exploder by Mastiff. Now he can tag. In comes the convict Bill Bullock. 30 minutes plus in this one. Brainbuster to Chris Statlander, dragged away from the ropes. Discus lariat once again. Enzui lariat by Statlander.
Slugging it out. Bullock. Statlander. Up top. 450 splash by Chris Statlander. Bullock escapes. Was not anticipating that from the Galaxy's greatest. Bullock into the prison plex. Kyrie's got to make the save. And she does. Statlander up again. 450 to the back this time. Rolls him into the pin. 1, 2. Bullock out again at 2. Statlander sends him off the ropes. Big lariat. Amazing focus by Statlander with the other 2 members of the tag teams coming in to thwart these pin attempts and to get in each other's faces. Able to make the tag to Kairi Sane. Trying to isolate Bill Bullock. Cannot prevent him from making the tag, though, after a series of vicious headbutts to Sane. 37 minutes, close to 40 gone in this one. Next serious submission attempt should be instant victory. The next serious pinfall attempt on the right side of the ring should spell victory. Oh. Sane and Mastiff giving it all they've got. Nice head scissor takeover by Sane. Got him in the blue corner. May have been thinking elbow. Couldn't position him properly, and now Mastiff takes advantage. Dragging Kyrie all the way across the ring. Thought he may have been thinking STF, but he avoids it. Sane goes up for the elbow. Got him. But a cover on that side of the ring is going to do her no good, so she does not follow up with one. Around and around she goes. Another head scissor takeover. Tag out to Statlander this time. They're not going to be able to stop him from getting Bill Bullock tagged back in. And now the advantage for the Squared Circle K is now for the Yard Dogs. Into the stomach club and will do it. Oh, God. Chris Statlander immediately taps out for fear of death. We'll take her immediately to a medical facility so we can sort her intestines out. But after nearly 40 minutes of action, the Yard Dogs able to show their tag team dominance against the newcomers to the division, Chris Statlander and Kairi Sane. And as we talked about it, that deadly stomach claw once again coming into effect here. Not the most successful debut for the new faction for Chris Statlander, but that's okay. Let's take a look at how we did here. 94%. That's what we're all about here. Putting on a good shoe. We're only halfway through our event here, or we're about to be. The 5th match is about to go underway. Flamita, a GWA contracted wrestler that is part of the Heartbreaker stable, led by Shawn Michaels, who lost to Bret Hart tonight in the first of 2 semifinal matches for the title tournament. There is going up against Rey Mysterio, who apparently is a member of the Dragon Gate roster. So Dragon Gate Junior title on the line. Champion Flamita against challenger Rey Mysterio Jr. I'm going to save quickly and get on down to the ring for this one, as we still have 6 more matches to bring your way, including this singles action. Flamita, your champion, dressed all in black, save for the red on his face mask there. Rey Mysterio, adorned in gold and black, primarily gold. As you can tell, a lot of gold around the mask and the fringe there, simulating a mohawk. Referee on record here, as per usual, Senior Sasquatch in charge of the action. And as we mentioned, Dragon Gate Junior Championship on the line here. Flamita of the Heartbreakers is your champion. Rey Mysterio, representing Dragon Gate itself, is your challenger. Trying to do our best to make sure these wayward championships get somewhere they belong.
Give up.
Nice extension on the single leg crab there by Flamita. Another one of these wrestlers that came in under the tutelage of Shawn Michaels that has really developed, or came in with quite the vicious streak. Not quite the evolution of a character as we saw with an Ilya Dragunov or a Dave Mastiff as we improved our own facilities, but someone who already came in with a reputation for hard strikes and vicious intent, and has certainly gone above and beyond in their tenure here in the GWA as Flamita.
now capturing titles in outside organizations that we lend them to. As last time we sent them to Dragon Gate and they captured the junior belt. Here comes Rey Mysterio trying to reclaim it for Dragon Gate. Flamita would love to keep the Dragon Gate junior title here in the GWA. Nice arm whip there. Rey ducks that kick into the moonsault pin press. Both of these gentlemen well versed internationally, primarily in the lucha style of things. Though it is possible, the longer Flamita remains on the GWA roster, that his fighting style could eventually change, much like Rey Mysterio's did in the first generation of the GWA. Came in as a lucha performer and eventually became a strong style performer as their tenure in GWA wore on. Nice exchange of holds there out of the two gentlemen, jockeying for position and advantage. Nice seated drop kick there from Mysterio into the roll-up. Trying to take advantage of the momentary dazing of the Dragon Gate Junior Champion Flamita, here representing the Heartbreakers of the GWA against Rey Mysterio, representing Dragon Gate. Hang on, Tequila Sunrise coming your way, or a variation thereof. Almost a Chikara special out of Flamita. Not quite the effective submission he was hoping for, as Rey Mysterio able to escape. Both of these gentlemen wrestled extensively in Mexico and are more familiar with lucha-style submissions than most. The ins and outs, the applications. Oh! Double underhook into the double knee backbreaker by Flamita. He has a handful of these impactful moves. Some of them with the double underhook, some of them starting in a muscle buster position, as he's now trying to get an advantage on Rey Mysterio, sending him into the corner there. Rey, who can win the title in a blink of an eye, master of the counter roll-up. Perhaps, as we have said time and time again, the greatest counter wrestler in the history of North American pro wrestling. Here, there, we talked about that muscle buster position. That time dropped into a code breaker or lung blower. There was a dual knee there. Just trying to deck Rey Mysterio is Flamita in defense of his Dragon Gate Junior Championship. Rey going low once more. Trying to take the legs out from underneath the Junior Champ. Trying to represent Dragon Gate proudly as Rey Mysterio, and into the cover. Flamita out at 2, trying to keep the belt here in the GWA, at least for another month. Roll up by Rey, but too close to the ropes there. Clearly unaccustomed to the GWA ring, which is a bit ironic considering how long he was with us in the first iteration of the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle. And we couldn't be happier to have you with us, strolling down the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle once again, as we do each and every Thursday here on the Twitch channel. And then showing up, I believe, Saturday morning in most cases on the YouTube station, does the VOD. Standing Spanish fly, and into the cover goes Flamita. 2, no, Rey just escapes. More fight left in the challenger. Trying to test the mettle of the champion. Round and round he goes. Nice takeover there by Flamita. Trying to keep Rey Mysterio off his feet. Rey trying to create a little space and then close that gap as only he can. Diving over the top rope. Bit of a roll-up attempt that Flamita rolled through on the floor. I don't know what either gentleman was thinking, quite frankly. But then he double underhooks into that double knee backbreaker. That's more our speed, Flamita. As there are no countouts or disqualifications on the floor, that doesn't mean that pins count. The only way to win or defend the title is inside the confines of the GWA ring, at least at this event. As these two continue to fight on the floor as we head toward 15 minutes gone in this championship contest. The first of 3 title fights you're going to see tonight. You're also going to see the second semifinal match between The Undertaker and CM Punk. The winner to face Bret Hart for the GWA belt next month. Hang on! Powerbomb counter by Flamita, and he stacks Rey for the 3! Center of the ring! Flamita retains! Interesting. I mean, that one could have gone either way and I would have been fine, but interesting. Flamita retains. 92%. Okay, so Flamita still has that title. We're gonna have to get it off of him somehow. Boom. Powerbomb counter. Save that quick. All right, some more tag team action coming your way. Kurt Angle, Becky Lynch against Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega. I'd already sort of penciled in Kurt Angle and Becky Lynch to face a tag team. This would have been Shawn Michaels and someone if Shawn Michaels had lost in the first round of the tournament. But Kenny Omega lost instead. So now we get Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega against Becky Lynch and Kurt Angle. Nothing much more I can say about that. It's just something I'm kind of throwing together, but I'm also trying to play with different combinations to try to find more regular tag teams if I can. Anyway, let's see how they operate as a tag team as we head down to the ring. And by they, I mean Angle and Lynch and Page and Omega, who have both of these teams have a history of teaming with each other part-time. But let's see if either of these squads impress enough to perhaps make a full-time run of it. Or if they're having none of it. It's run of it or none of it in this one. Hangman Adam Page, real life AEW World Champion in there with Becky Lynch, real life Raw Women's Champion, I want to say. So Hangman Adam Page, the World Champion of an entire promotion. Becky Lynch, the Ladies Champion of a single television show. That's just the way that they're, marketed and booked, I guess. Always seemed like a huge step down. Like, why is she not? Why is there no World Women's Champion? They're just two champions of the television shows. Like, the men get to be World or Universal Champion. The ladies get to be the champions of whatever, much like the tag teams, they get to be the champion of whatever show they're on. Just seems like a huge step down. Anyway. In comes Kenny Omega, another former AEW World Champion. In this league, a former GWA Hall of Fame champion, as is Kenny Omega. Kurt Angle hasn't had a taste of gold here in the GWA. Looking to change his fortunes. A bit of a disgruntled employee that we're trying to give more opportunities to. Becky Lynch, a former junior champion in her own right. Always with an eye on climbing the ranks to get herself back into title contention in the junior ranks, if not the heavyweight ranks. Mind you, she'd have to string together a few impressive victories against larger heavyweight opponents in order to be considered for a heavyweight title shot, be it for the Hall of Fame or World Belt. We're going to try to get a new, tertiary, I don't want to say secondary because it's not going to be, like tertiary, open weight essentially, but technically heavyweight championship in the mix in this next calendar year since we lost the Legends belt. I like the idea of having 3 heavies or 3 open weights, 2 junior, and the tag and a trio. We already locked up the trios to a single event. We're trying to be more interesting with the tags by introducing the, 3-point or 3 win in a row policy. See what we can do with the rest of the roster here, because we get a lot of people that are sort of spinning their wheels, and if I can help them focus by providing more opportunity or rankings or something like that, it'll help me book as well as it helps, in headcanon, the performers themselves be motivated to get out there and string some wins together. Angle now in there with Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, up against the former Olympic gold medalist for his weight class. Got to win it in front of his home country fans in Atlanta, Georgia. Hit Kurt Angle with a broken freaking neck, and it might be broken again after that poison rana. And then a missile drop kick to the back of the head from Kenny Omega, targeting the neck of Kurt Angle. It is no secret the history of head and neck problems that Kurt Angle has endured throughout his career. Experimental neck fusion surgery midway through his WWF run. Crippling pain pill addiction for most of his TNA/Impact run. I mean, I'm half kidding. I don't know the certain details, but he is not shy about admitting that he had some issues with substances in his time. Golden Trigger, or a variation thereof. Cowboy Trigger, perhaps. Itchy Trigger Finger, let's maybe call it, by Paige and Omega, but Becky Lynch undaunted. Perhaps her hair absorbed most of the shock of the impact. Oh dear, turned inside out with that lariat. Almost gets the win. I don't know if Kurt Angle made it in time or not, or Becky just got her shoulder up at 2.9, but either way, the fight continues. Becksploder, snap suplex. Becky Lynch looking to get on top here. Manhandle slam in the center of the ring. 1, 2. Omega saves the matchup. Nice string offense there from Becky Lynch. Looking to stay on top and into the disarmer. Angle running defense. Saw Omega there slamming Angle onto Becky Lynch. That broke the hold. Paige making a quick tag. Lynch making a quick tag. Angle and Omega, once again, your legal fighters here. Such is the depth of the GWA roster that I can afford to throw away talent such as Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Becky Lynch, and Kurt Angle in something of a makeshift tag match, as we now see Kenny Omega with that sharpshooter. Kurt Angle just grinding away, getting a little upset that he's not quite as dominant as he used to be. Nicely done by Kurt. Kurt is used to winning and winning in a big way. Hasn't quite gotten his feet under him as one would hope from a former Olympic champion here in the GWA. That speaks to the level of competition here amongst the singles and tag ranks. As now Becky Lynch once again tagged back in. After we saw a beautiful throwing German suplex there by Angle amongst other moves. Omega, though, thinking wiser of a confrontation with Becky Lynch at this point, tagging in the Hangman for some cowboy shiz. Up here against big-time Becky Lynch. Don't call her the man, unless you want to pay Ric Flair, I guess. Tag out to Angle, who, as we said, looking to establish himself, or really solidify himself as a legit threat amongst the singles rankings in the heavyweight divisions. Has had a couple of opportunities at the heavyweight championship, has not yet held the title. In there against a couple of former Hall of Fame champions in Omega and Page, who just clicked R3 and hit the Deadeye, but Kurt's right back up and hits the Angle slam. Into the cover goes Kurt. 1, 2. Burst of adrenaline from Kurt Angle there. Shaking off the effects of the Deadeye, hitting the Angle slam, then the throwing German, launching Page to the floor. Match settles back down in the ring. Both men slugging it out center of the ring now. Hangman with the clothesline, getting the last word. Both men opt to make tags, almost simultaneous, as you heard the sounds of it. And in come Lynch and Omega. You do not want to give up back control to Kenny Omega. Poison Errata. Missile dropkick to the back of the head of Becky Lynch. Manhandle slam by Becky. Covers Omega. 2. No. Omega just got out. Angle has been so worn down he couldn't even make the save or protect his partner there. Becky Lynch essentially on her own in this tag match right now. As we pass the 20-minute mark, Snapdragon. Kenny going up. 450 splash to the back of Becky Lynch. Perhaps a shout out to the former Space Cowboy partner Chris Statlander, currently in the Squirt Circle K. Disarmer, wrong side of the ring though. Kurt Angle gets dumped on his head. Complete shot out of the Hangman. Action fast and furious here. Becky taking a breather. In comes Kurt. Nicely done, suplexing Hangman into the blue corner. Oh, I thought Kurt may have been thinking ankle lock there. Gets posted in the corner. Here comes the buckshot! Into the cover goes Page! 2, 3, got him! Hangman Adam Page with the buckshot lariat! Puts down Kurt Angle! That was fun. Okay, Hangman Adam Page. Beat Kurt Angle. Pretty solid win. Perhaps we'll do a singles because of it. How do we do? 97? Maybe we'll definitely do a singles because of it. Okay. Speaking of singles matches, we got another one coming your way here. Straight up action in our junior heavyweight division as one of the newest members of the roster, Kevin Blackwood, representing the Black Moon Fight Club, is going in there against Yohei, a former Legends Junior champion in his own right. So let's get down to the ring for some action in our junior heavyweight division. I'm trying to hurry this along if I may. So we're already 5 minutes over time. We have 3 more matches to come your way. 2 title matches after this, and we got the big semifinal matchup in the World Title Tournament. Undertaker CM Punk, winner gets Bret Hart in the finals. As we now see Kevin Blackwood representing the BMF Club, or the Black Moon Fight Club. And they're in the black and white gear. Yohei with the multicolored hair and the purple, silver, and black gear. As we said, Yohei, a former Legends Junior champion. Kevin Blackwood, new to the GWA. This is his first singles outing. A tag team representing the Black Moon Fight Club of Bison Smith and Luna Vachon. Successful earlier in this show. Blackwood looking to continue that trend and help establish the Black Moon Fight Club as the premier stable here in the GWA. We're going to see the leader of the club, The Undertaker, in action against CM Punk in our semi-main event. The second of 2 semi-final matches. The first one opened the card and saw Bret Hart defeat Shawn Michaels to secure his place in the finals and his opportunity to earn the GWA World Heavyweight Championship. Before this night is over, we will know whom he will be facing in that tournament final. As we said, this is the singles debut for Kevin Blackwood, a Canadian wrestler that spent a lot of time in the Northeastern independent scene, predominantly doing, at least initially, North American indie style, has since added a thick layer of MMA striking and ground mat work to round out his approach to combat. I believe it is his transition that initially caught the eye of Undertaker when putting together the Black Moon Fight Club here. Kevin Blackwood being the solo junior star in the stable, just hit with a bamboo dragonfly by Yohei to the back, but able to kick out is Blackwood. As we said, Yohei is no slouch, a former junior champion here, the Legends Junior champion at that, and now Blackwood back to the drawing board a little bit, trying to slow things down, but Yohei breaks that hold almost immediately. The frenetic energy and pace of a Yohei giving fits to Kevin Blackwood so far. Now you can see that MMA training coming into use there. Nice kick combination by Blackwood. Steps over into a dragon sleeper. Vicious submission there from a seated position. Kevin Blackwood is going to be looking for that roll through heel hook. That's his submission of choice. Another bamboo dragonfly from Yohei, but too close to the ropes. A lot of kicks in the arsenal of Kevin Blackwood, and like we said, that heel hook trying to take the feet, legs out from underneath his opponent. That MMA influence coming to the forefront as Blackwood continues to evolve. Hang on, nice electric chair there by Blackwood. Into the cutter. Yohei back to his feet first. Able to plant Blackwood with a suplex, waiting for him to stand. Meteora by Yohei. A lot of action crammed in the opening 10 minutes of this, and this could be the end. Blackwood out at 2. No rest for the weary in this one. Non-stop action in the opening 10 minutes. Back and forth they go, and once again, oh no, moonsault this time. Thought he was going bamboo dragonfly. Moonsault to the back of Blackwood. This could put him away. No.
10 minutes gone.
Blackwood signaling to the crowd that he's got something in mind at the 10-minute mark here. Looking to hit that third, fourth, and fifth gear against Yohei, who's already trying to fly on all cylinders here. There it is. That's the counter into the heel hook. But unfortunately, in the ropes for Kevin Blackwood. Big splash in the corner. Another cutter. This time Yohei stays down. Blackwood, unaccustomed to the size of the GWA ring, only their second match in the promotion. Too close to the ropes once again. That will negate the pin attempt. And in comes Yohei. Another heel hook attempt. Once again, too close to the turnbuckle for Blackwood. Now Yohei just trying to dim the lights. Blackwood dragging Yohei away from the ropes. Chop block this time, working the leg, working the knee. Trying to focus his efforts. Gets rolled up by Yohei. Two! No! Blackwood just escapes. Float over on the suplex attempt. Chops out the knee once again. Reversal of the go behind. Into an arm drag. Head scissor takeover by Yohei, who goes up top. Waiting for Blackwood to stand. Meteora driving him into the canvas once again. Into the cover. 1, 2. Blackwood out at 2. Float over into the DDT. Shades of the Undertaker with that DDT off the ropes by Blackwood. Yohei able to duck. Not able to duck these kicks. Trying to answer him shot for shot is Yohei. Blackwood drops him with a drop kick. Crowd into this one as we approach 15 minutes. Blackwood looking for that knockout shot or that golden opportunity for the heel hook. Up top again. Electric chair. Right onto the knees of Yohei. Now getting rolled into the center of the ring by Blackwood. Oh, kick to the side of the jaw. Yohei hanging in there and hanging in there. Countered into a powerbomb, center of the ring. Yohei kicks out. Poison Rana. But Blackwood's back to his feet. Not for long. Drop toe by Yohei. Rolled over into a headlock. This could do it. He could squeeze the life out of him. But Yohei escapes. Action fast and furious here in the junior heavyweight division. Nothing on the line but pride and rankings, and obviously the winner's share of the purse. Wheelbarrow bulldog there by Yohei off the ropes. Blackwood kicking away. Yohei hanging in there still. Trying to get the crowd on his side for the knockout shot. Nice snap suplex by Yohei. Fights his way back to his feet, but he's dazed. Speaking of knockouts, rolls him over. He could tap him. Once again, Yohei fights free. Both gentlemen center of the ring. Yohei dropped. Go behind. Roll up. 2. No, Blackwood escapes again. Neither competitor getting a break. As soon as you kick out of a move, your opponent is right there to slap the next hold on you. Neither man backing down here. We're headed toward 20 minutes in this one. Jockeying for position, center of the ring. Snap suplex by Yohei, but Blackwood back to his feet and hits a cutter. Rolls him into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Blackwood. What an impressive display with that cutter. Putting down former Legends Junior champion Yohei in his singles debut. Heck yeah. That was a good one. What'd we get? 5-star classic. That's how you debut. That's how you do a singles debut. Okay. Oh, here we go. Before our 1-2 punch of championship matches to end this show. It is our second of 2 semifinals in the GWA World Title Tournament. The wait is over. We're about to find out who will join Bret Hart in the finals. Will it be former Hall of Fame champion The Undertaker, or a man much like Bret Hart who has yet to taste any gold in the GWA, CM Punk? Another WrestleMania rematch is your second of 2 semifinals. Let's get down to the ring. And after that, we got 2 more title fights, and then we out of here. CM Punk wearing the long boys up against casual Undertaker in jeans and a Dead Man Inc. shirt. Winner of this one, as we said, will join Bret Hart in the main event of our next broadcast, or our next show. That'll be the March show for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. An opportunity that does not come along very often. Both of these gentlemen would be thrilled to represent GWA as its world champion. CM Punk, a longer tenured roster member than The Undertaker, but has spent most of his GWA career sort of representing the promotion in other aspects of the wrestling world, in that we tend to send him out to represent the GWA and put on matches in other promotions for us. Almost as often as he himself gets a match here. But on a tremendous run since returning to singles competition, hoping to have it culminate in an appearance in the finals and an eventual winning of the championship for Punk, as he's now trying to ground and work on the legs and back of Dead Man Inc. himself, The Undertaker. This is the American Badass version of Taker, as you can tell by the haircut and t-shirt, using the last ride as his finish. He also has a one-handed choke slam, and I very rarely seen him pull out the tombstone, but it is in his arsenal. Meanwhile, CM Punk, not shy at all about hitting that go to sleep. Failing that, he has the Anaconda Vice submission at his disposal. Failing the moves of The Undertaker that I already mentioned, he might also have the Hell's Gate submission, or perhaps that a version of the Dragon Sleeper that he developed for the Trios Tournament of Terror knockout division that he didn't quite get to use, as we see a Koji clutch at a CM Punk. Speaking of submission attempts, as we said, the way to wear down and beat The Undertaker is to get on him and stay on him. That seems to be the strategy of CM Punk, at least in these opening moments. Perhaps inspired by the previous matchup, that excellent singles contest in the junior heavyweight division that was non-stop action, very little rest holds. CM Punk and Undertaker duking it out here for the right to face Bret Hart on our next show for the vacant World Championship in the wake of the retirement of Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was our world champ at the time. Going to sleep to The Undertaker by CM Punk, looking to go home in 7 minutes or less. 2. No! The Dead Man rises, and the fight rages on. Welcome to Chicago for The Undertaker. Now just a stiff kick to the side of the jaw. Punk in his element here, solidly controlling this match. I gotta say, it's the Long Boys doing it. Back comes Taker now. At least he attempts to. Bit of a mountain to climb for the Dead Man. It has been mostly Punk for the first 8 minutes plus of this contest. Mind you, it only takes a move or two from The Undertaker to get right back into this thing. CM Punk trying to suffocate him with offense here. There we go. Undertaker getting a quick combo in. Beginning to rock and roll is the Dead Man. Couple of big boots, some clotheslines. Right back to the back goes CM Punk. Once again welcoming The Undertaker to Chicago. MFer. Nice counter there by Taker, who, as we said, got a bit of a mountain to climb here, but can do it quickly if they're smart about it. Speaking of, Snake Eyes in the corner. And now come the punches and bunches. As we pass the 10-minute mark in this, the second of 2 semifinals in the world title tourney. A spot in the finals on the line against Bret Hart for the opportunity to be crowned GWA World Heavyweight Champion, only the 7th champion in our company's history. That is what is on the line betwixt these two men here. A chance. That is all either of them need against Bret Hart. And likewise, all Bret Hart needs against either of these gentlemen to prove who is the world champ. Go to sleep, center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk with an emphatic victory over The Undertaker. CM Punk, Bret Hart for the GWA World Heavyweight Championship is your tournament final. Well, okay then. Handily defeating the Dead Man, I must say. How did we do? Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be surprised if it got out of the 70s, and it just failed to be an 80. So, I'm also going to pull this down a little bit. I'm losing it. All right, so now, Bret Hart versus CM Punk is our tournament final. That's all set as the main event of our next show. I've already penciled that in. I didn't send anybody anywhere, so I can get rid of this stuff. And we have 2 more matches to present to you, starting with Darby Allin, who we saw in tag team competition just last month, against Jushin Thunder Liger for the Legends Junior Championship. Nothing I can do to build this beyond saying it's going to be hard-hitting and next. That's the only other thing I could say, is that it is going to be next. In fact, it's going to be right now as Jushin Liger in his black Liger attire. Going super serious for this Legends Junior title run is Jushin Liger. In there with Darby Allin. Liger the champion in the full body suit, black and white. NWO Japan edition. Just kidding. Perhaps CTU edition. Or Team 2000. Only his hands exposed as he likes to employ palm strikes as his upper body strike du jour. Darby Allin, known more for hanging in a fight than anything else. Wearing down his opponent and he himself outlasting his opponent's flurries of offense until he can land the coffin drop or a code red that he uses in equal measure. Or this sort of figure 4 roll up. Another pinning predicament that Darby Allin makes efficient use of in his quest here to become Legends Junior Champion against one of the greatest junior champions, well, not just champions, but junior wrestlers, period, of all time, Jushin Thunder Liger. The only man in the WWE Hall of, well, maybe not the only one, but one of the ones that comes to mind in the WWE Hall of Fame that didn't actually technically ever really wrestle for them, though the opportunity was there for probably 15 years of his career. The closest he ever came was that one NXT Brooklyn match against Tyler Breeze. Was the only WWF/E appearance of Jushin Thunder Liger, a member of the WWE Hall of Fame. Now sent out to the floor by the challenger to the Legends Junior Championship, Darby Allin, who just goads Liger back into the ring. Some psychological warfare being waged there by Darby Allin. Now quickly into a roll-up.
5 minutes gone.
1 count there at the 5-minute mark, and Liger responds viciously with a powerbomb. Thought he might have been thinking Liger bomb there. That's where he tucks his feet into your armpits, essentially. Landing in a pinning predicament where he already has your shoulders and arms pinned to the canvas. Hang on, we might see it here. No! Rolled up by Darby! Liger fights his way free quickly. Just barely a 1 count that time. Like a 1.1. And out goes Liger. In this your semi-main event, we have now determined that the finals of the GWA World Title Tournament will be Bret Hart, CM Punk. I wish there was a way I could turn that into an Iron Man match, but such is not the case. I'm not going to do a 2 to 3 falls because it only counts the 3rd fall in terms of audience satisfaction, and the percentages inevitably go down because of the damage that accrues over the first couple of falls and so on and so forth. So just a straight up, no time limit, no count out, disqualifications only count in the ring, GWA style match for the vacant world title coming your way. But that's next week. Right now we have the Legends Junior Champion Jushin Liger in there with Darby Allin. And coming up in the main event of the evening, as we try to get out of here before 11. Oh, we're back on the air, are we? Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I can't control or really pay attention to those things as much as I'd like to be able to. All right, coming up in your main event, as we said, the Hall of Fame Championship on the line. As blam! Brainbustered on the floor is Darby Allin. But in our main event, Hall of Fame champion Eddie Guerrero, leader of the Heat business, putting the gold on the line against fairly recent signee here in the GWA, Booker T. So expect an intense title fight in your main event for the GWA Hall of Fame Championship. As we are 10 minutes gone in this one, the action has once again spilled to the floor. Liger bomb on the floor by Jushin Liger. The Legends Junior Champion trying to end the night of his challenger rather early here, as we are just north of 10 minutes in this one. Liger returning to the ring, center of the ring as well, waiting for the challenger Darby to re-enter. Darby trying to set Liger up perhaps for the coffin drop. Nope, pulls him back to his feet. Nice head scissor takeover once again. Difficult. Oh, hang on. Code red, but Liger immediately out. A no count. I was going to say difficult to maintain the momentum, especially in a junior contest, as the reversals, counters, swings, and momentum at times can be too fast to even clock. It's almost like a Dragon Ball fight at times. Hang on! Liger bomb puts him down and out! Jushin Liger retains! Spiked him with the Liger bomb. And down goes Darby Allin, retaining the Legends Championship. Is Jushin Thunder Liger in a second match in a row that hit 79%. Just shy of what we're looking for. Title defense, mercifully short. And let's get now down to the main event of the evening. Now we're still in the 90s for overall card satisfaction. We got a full house of about 75,000 people strong that have endured... Oh, look at that, I burned my fingers. That have endured 9 matches thus far, with only one remaining. As we said before, it is the main event for the Hall of Fame Championship. It is champion Eddie Guerrero, the leader of the Heat business, up against Booker T. Go ahead and save one more time. Get on down to the ring for tonight's main event. As per usual, the head referee for the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot, in charge of the action and calls for the bell. And we are underway in your main event. Hall of Fame champion Eddie Guerrero, the long black, gold and blue tights with the I'm Your Poppy t-shirt. Booker T in the white and black trunks with white and black boots, white and black arm wraps, etc., etc. Eddie Guerrero will, of course, be looking to incapacitate Booker T long enough to climb to the top rope and hit that beautiful frog splash of his. Booker T is going to be looking for that bookend or perhaps the scissors kick to put Eddie Guerrero down and out. Failing that, I believe Booker T might have the Harlem Hangover, or the Harlem, I don't know what he called his missile dropkick. I remember the Harlem Hangover was the front flip, top rope leg drop. There was also the Houston Rocket, maybe, was the missile drop kick off the top, but I don't know what he would call it that. He was supposed to be from Harlem in that gimmick. I don't even know if he uses that here. Likewise, I'm just trying to put over the fact that he's got a variety of ways he can beat you. Likewise, Eddie Guerrero, I'm assuming, has the lasso from El Paso deep in his repertoire he can bust out if he doesn't get you with a gory bomb. Hey, Kane, what's going on? Yeah, this is our Hall of Fame Championship match. You're here just in time for the final, or maybe you're just chiming into the chat in time for the final match of the day. I don't remember if it was called anything. I thought, like, for sure the Harlem Hangover was his front flip drop kick. Was it the Heat-Seeking Missile? Because it was the Harlem Heat-Seeker? Yeah, the Harlem Heat-Seeker. That's it. The Harlem Heat-Seeker was his missile drop kick off the top, right? Haha. I think I worked that backwards in my head. as we are past the 5-minute mark in this contest. I don't even know if he has it as a part of his moveset as this version of Booker. I just remember it. I remember him using it in WCW a lot. I got to admit, first time watching the WCW run of Booker T, like as I was a teenager during the Attitude Era, flipping back and forth between the stations. Wasn't really huge on the dude, but at the time I also wasn't really well versed on how to appreciate kicks in wrestling, like full stop, like lower body striking, so on and so forth. So a lot of the stuff that he did in the ring, I was just like unaccustomed to accepting it as offense in wrestling matches, I should say. Yeah, the heat-seeking missile, that was the Patriot missile, was his flying thing, right? And then he had the Uncle Slam was his full Nelson Slam. But I remember the Patriot missile was definitely, I feel like that was the Patriots. Certainly wouldn't be the Scud. Ha ha ha. Either or. Anyway, it wasn't until a rewatch, like when I, as an adult, went back and was like, let me just watch WCW by itself. There's the Harlem Hangover! Ha ha! That I grew to further appreciate Booker T as he goes into the cover and almost claims the Hall of Fame championship. But we fight on. Oh, no worries, Kane. My brain is full of way too much useless wrestling trivia, that so much so that some of it I'm not even entirely sure is correct anymore, or that it ever was. There's so much of it that it sometimes gets garbled up, or, you know, all gummed up in there, as we say. Roll up by Eddie. Roll ups are deadly in the GWA, especially the longer a match goes on. Bret Hart wrestled his way to the tournament finals with a center of the ring victory roll against Shawn Michaels. As we now know, it's going to be Bret Hart and CM Punk for the vacant GWA World Heavyweight title next week. That's going to be the main event of our March show. We're going to build out from there, as Eddie Guerrero looking to build momentum with these three amigos. Off the ropes comes Eddie. Tilt to whirl and a beauty. Head scissor takeover, and down goes Booker. Yeah, for reals. Like, I have names of wrestlers in my head that I've probably never even seen them work. Like my spoiler tag gag. I know the spoiler is the guy that trained The Undertaker, or one of the guys that trained The Undertaker. I've never seen him wrestler. I've never seen him wrestle, but I still made a spoiler tag. Eddie Guerrero trying to spoil the championship hopes of Booker T. Get a 2.9 with that frog splash. Champion looking strong in the opening 15 of this. Booker creating a little time and space to get his win back. Back and forth these two gentlemen go. It has been a long, vigorous night of action in the GWA. Culminating here in the Hall of Fame Championship on the line. Eddie Guerrero champion, Booker T challenger. We had another retirement today. We're going to see the fallout of the show. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Keiji Muto retired last week on me. This week, Mad Polly retired after I was trying to set him up in a new tag team with Kenta Kobashi. Polly took the fall in his tag team match, the inaugural tag team match of the Burning Mad, I was going to call them, Kenta Kobashi and Mad Polly. And then Mad Polly retired. Oh, nice spin kick by Booker, center of the ring. 2! Eddie just rolls his shoulder. Yeah, the opening match warrior who we've watched grow throughout their GWA career, yeah, called it quits. Now Eddie looking for a DQ, looking to get out of here with the championship belt. Won't change hands under disqualification, but the referee having none of it. Bookend by Booker. 1, 2. No, Eddie escapes. Frog splash. Rolls him into the cover. 1, 2. Booker gets out. Hook kick by the Book. Going up top. There it is! The Harlem Heat Seeker and into the cover. 1, 2. No! All right, so that settles that. He does have it. Scissor kick. 1, 2. No! Eddie's out again. Kane, don't despair. We lost Mad Polly, but I signed Vader. Eddie with a quick frog splash, but too close to the ropes, trying to finish Booker quickly after that series of, quite frankly, finishing maneuvers out of Booker T that couldn't put Eddie Guerrero down for the 3 count. The battle rages on center of the ring as we creep towards 20 minutes in this main event for the Hall of Fame title. Yeah, we got Vader. I don't know who he's against, but he got him booked in the opening match of our next show. He is 65 years old, so I might edit his edit to, you know, shave maybe 35 years off of that, since the edit is technically him in his prime. But yeah, one of my favorites too. Absolutely. Like, you want to talk credible big men? Good gracious. Wait, hang on, roll up by Eddie Guerrero. Catches him napping! Eddie Guerrero retains the title! You can see the toll it took. Barely enough energy to celebrate as Eddie Guerrero beats Booker just shy of 20 minutes. With a schoolboy. I'll take it, because it was well received. Okay, that is your main event. Title defense. Anyway, it wasn't until I was an adult that I learned that for a time, Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow were a tag team. And I was just like who would beat them? Like, if they were in North America, if they've got a long-term run as like Big Van Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow, and then you come up with a team name for them, that team name would be like, I don't know, Unstoppable. Because who the hell would be able to beat those two? Anyway, we're going to end the event here. 91% overall. Fingers crossed that nobody else retires. I don't want to jinx it by bringing it up, but 75,000 in a 65,000 seat arena. They paid $20 a head, I believe. I didn't think I could push for 40, but they got 20 bucks each. So, you know, $1.5 million on the gate, plus $1 million for $1 million bucks for the broadcast, so on and so forth. We made a dollar or two. Okay. None of that. None of those people. Oh yeah, I didn't send anybody out, so this is all fine. We have new Wardlow. Somebody, hang on. Vincent's the ROH Junior Champion. This is going too fast. Excuse me. Rich Swann is the Impact Junior or X Division title holder. Ooh, pardon me again. Ooh, we made almost $3 million off that. Heck yeah. Singles tourney for ROH. Tag tourney for DDT. Oh yeah, that Vader Cactus Jack match. Amazing. Yeah. I remember Vader from his stuff with Sting. For Better For Worse, the White Castle of Fear. And then I remember by the time, and then these Fire Pro games. HAL Wrestling for the Game Boy. There was somebody who was clearly Vader. I would always choose it because, like, I know who that is, and I also know that his finisher is going to be a powerbomb, and it's going to murder everybody. Nobody retired. That's all I wanted. Oh wait, hang on. I could have jinxed it. We still have the March news. Space Monkey! They found Space Monkey in America. Okay. Fabi Apache left AAA. She had a couple of their belts, maybe. She might not anymore. Uh-oh. Deonna Purrazzo from Impact wants to come in. Sure. My immediate thought was Deonna Becky. Okay, hang on. So we got Deonna in from Impact. We had a lot of people ask to be on the show that we just ran, like four different people, I think. But I had to say no to everybody because I had everything pre-booked. We just needed to get a contender in for Flamita's Dragon Gate Junior Championship, which turned out to be Rey Mysterio, and they turned out to have a great match, but we still have, Flamita still has that belt. Okay, so we got our final set, Bret Hart, CM Punk. We're debuting Vader. I'm not going to do Vader, Deonna Purrazzo. That'd be funny, though. We might do Deonna Purrazzo, Becky Lynch, as I said, because that was the first thing that popped to mind. I can update the title stuff off air. What I need to do here, though, is Bebe Lashley wants some money. Before I do anything else, Bebe Lashley wants some money. Bebe Lashley wanted a little money. Oh, another highly paid athlete. Holy moly. 24 grand a month. Woof. Okay. Will Hobbs wants more money. You got it. You got it. Where you at? There you are. Oop. One over. Will Hobbs. Bret Hart and Will Hobbs, 2/3 of the Impact Trios champions. We got to figure out a way to get them their belts back. Got a lot of work to do with these wayward champions. Might be a little too much for me to handle currently, but we'll figure it out. Records and help. Personal advice. Mike Bailey wants more money. Sure. I mean, you haven't worked in a couple months, but sure. There you go. There you go. Save every time. You never know what could happen. Brody Lee. Wow, 3/4 of the standard want a bump in pay. I wonder if Brett's getting in their ear or something. Brody wants money. Brody's making a ton of money. Woof. Brody's making more than Brett. At least for the moment. Kenta wants more money. Sure. I mean, he did stick around. His partner, his tag team partner, there he is. There he is, coming in. Coming in soon. In comes Veda. Okay. Kenta Kobashi wanted a raise. Yeah, I could just, like, Vader anybody on the roster, basically, and I'm just like, yeah, that'll be good. Personal advice. Starting to lose trust, but that's just because I keep hiring ones that aren't quite so trusty. Or trusting in me. Trust in my self-righteous suicide, I guess. So let me just do all this quick maintenance. I'm also going to upgrade the lounge while I'm here, since it's the only one of the two things I can, well, it's the only thing I can do short of, once again, expanding the gym. So rather than doing all that, we'll just upgrade our lounge, which I believe makes it less likely for people to lose trust. That's a good idea. So let's bump that up to around $500,000 for this show, just based on that alone. Oh, we've maxed it out. There we go. So that's now max level there. So the only thing we can futz with is the rec room and the size of the gym. Perfect. So how'd we do on merchandise? Holy crap. We sold all of it except for, okay, we sold about half the masks, which was great. That's actually great. So that's all good. So I got to find somebody to hire. Let me just double check really quick here. Yeah, I got 44 to 52. I got 9 title belts on the go. Yeah. And we're still friendly with everybody that still exists in our wrestling landscape. Wowzers. Yeah, there we go. We got our... Oh, look at that. I didn't know there would be an overall popularity. So Heat Business is the most popular stable across the board, it looks like. Even though they're a heel. The non-affiliated, nobody likes them. That's... Oh, I didn't even take any of this into consideration. I haven't thought about this at all. Like, the Heartbreakers are hugely over in the third one over, which is Mexico. They're hugely over in Mexico. Okay. That's all for now. Yeah, that's a smart move. Is there, Kane, have you noticed in any of the mods, is there like a bulk editing tool? Can you just like hit everybody to the default, like everyone was born January 1st, year 2000? You know what I mean? Everyone's 17. Like that would be the way I would just do, like sweep that across the board. Same with the theme thing. Seems like a huge pain in the butt. When I do mine, if I have to have entrances on, I'm just going to give everybody the same theme song that comes with, like, something that comes with Fire Pro. Like, I'm not even going to bother with custom themes and stuff to, like, you know what I mean? I don't want the hassle of, like, getting DCMA'd or, you know, getting demonetized or blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. A successful defense of the Hall of Fame Championship for Eddie Guerrero over Booker T in your main event. Jushin Liger successfully defending his Legends Junior Championship against Darby Allin. We have our finals set for the World Title Tournament. We have Bret Hart in one corner and CM Punk in the other. The winner of that confrontation will be the GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World in the wake of the retirement of Stone Cold Steve Austin, taking the belt from the clutches of Vacant, who is currently our champion. Okay. Everyone gets Maximum Crisis. Oh, yeah, that's like, everyone gets the same song. Smartly done, smartly done. All right, now that I'm here, and I've taken care of most of the maintenance of my own fed, I can hit this fancified button, get my big dumb face front and center to thank everybody for watching. No matter where or when you happen to be, I'm wishing everybody chill vibes and clear skies. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. We're actually taking tomorrow night off as we're taking a week break between our 7 Days to Die and our ARC playthroughs. Peeling the curtain back, this is largely because we got to do a little test-a-poo with the ARC servers, little stress tests, see who wants to be involved and how so, and so on and so forth. So we're still sort of ironing it out, which is a good reason to take the day off. But do not fret, because we will be back Monday evening as per usual. We just started playing Blue Dragon last Monday, and I got 3 hours into that JRPG that was originally released for the 360 in 2006. And I got to tell you, I'm having a blast with it so far. The character designs are all done by Akira Toriyama. The game itself, Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball fame. The game itself is made by one of the co-creators of the Final Fantasy franchise, as well as I believe one of the composers of a lot of Final Fantasy music to the soundtrack. It's very well crafted, very well done. As far as I understand it, the first Xbox 360 game to be multi-disc, so I believe it came on 2 or 3, gosh, they would have been DVDs back then. Or was Blu-ray? Was Blu-ray? No, Blu-ray wasn't there back then. Maybe, because that was during the time of the HD DVD wars. That was an external drive, so this would have had to have been DVDs. Wowzers, have we ever changed optical medias quickly. Anyway, all that to say, we're going to be back on Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time to play some Blue Dragon on air. Hope everybody has a lovely weekend. We'll be back to the Friday broadcasts, the first Friday of March, when we have a crew together to play ARC. That'll be really interesting. See how that shapes up. Okay. If ARC fails, like we don't like the game or the game doesn't like us, or vice versa, we always have like Minecraft in the back pocket and stuff. So, stay tuned. We got a lot of things, a lot of irons in the fire, as it were. Let's go say hi to Bruce, who is waiting patiently. Speaking of new games, waiting patiently for the release of Elden Ring or Elder Ring, one of those, something like that. It's like a new Souls-like sort of crossbreed with Elder Scrolls, it looks like. Or Elden Ring, that's probably why they call it that. Somewhere between the two. Anyway, let's go say hi to Bruce on our way out of here. Thanks very much for hanging, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. I will be back Monday evening, as we said, for some Blue Dragon. Bye-bye.